To entertainment, when it comes to sport as well, there's so much going on when it comes to the weekend ahead. It's going to be absolutely incredible. I'm not sure if you watch UFC.
You know what? The one
Yeah.
thing I know about UFC is somebody by the name of Dricus, and that's, I think, as much as I need to know.
That's all you need to know.
That's all I need
Actually,
to know.
you know what? I'm fine with that. Just know Dricus, it's fine. Hulle weet nie wat is weet nie, but I mean, it's going to be a beautiful one. Also, the Premier League is starting literally this evening. La Liga started last night. I mean, there's a lot of the football that you love starting. And then, of course, the Bokke. And I think what's special is that the Springboks and, of course, Dricus, they're like basically in the same city
100%.
for the Wallabies match now, which is going to be fantastic. So I'm so excited to see Dricus du Plessis up against Israel Adesanya. And then, of course, the Bokke beat the Wallabies as well, man. You know, so it's going to be that type of weekend. It's going to be brilliant.
It's really such a good time to be South African, I feel. I've been saying this since the 1st of this year, and now it's the 16th of August, and nothing has been truer than that. But we do have a question for you sitting at home. I know it's a Friday. We're not trying to test you, but this one has to be answered.
Yes, indeed. So we just like to know, you know, what do you think Dricus du Plessis' greatest strength is up against Israel Adesanya? You can think about so many different nuances of Dricus's game. I'm talking about, you know, if you think about Dricus du Plessis, you know, his strike rate is just over about 6.5 strikes, right? And this is fantastic. That's per minute in a round of UFC, whereas Adesanya is about like 3.63. So the thing is, he's got a big strike rate. He's got to be very focused as well. He's 5 years younger than Adesanya. I think there's so many things that's going for Dricus as well, but at the same time, it's the last style bender. Anything's possible. He's very fit. He's going to make sure that Dricus moves around that octagon often. It's going to be one of those battles. But we'll unpack and discuss as we go along. We've got some professionals on this couch for you as well, but that's the question over there. And I think it's okay to say that Dricus's favorite strength or best strength is that he's South African. You can leave it like that, simple. But please answer on our socials. It'll be great to hear. Of course, get behind our talents taking on the world this weekend. But let's take on the news, and Carissa is standing by.
Thank you so much, Carl. 2 minutes after 6 o'clock. Let's get straight into your first bit of news for this morning. Now we get kick-started with your national news, where the Jacob Zuma-led Mkhonto Sizwe, or MK Party, the official opposition to the Government of National Unity, welcomed former EFF Deputy President Floyd Shivambu and ex-EFF MP Zwamele Kmanyi to its ranks yesterday. Now the resignation from the EFF was announced at a media briefing in Johannesburg. Shivambu, EFF president since its founding in 2013, joins the MK Party along with Manyi, a close ally of Zuma and spokesperson for his foundation. EFF leader Julius Malema says he anticipates more members loyal to Shivambu will follow suit. Bail of 2,500 rand has been granted in the Bloemfontein Magistrates Court to Muraudi Chalota, the former personal assistant of Ace Magashule. The bail application, which lasted 3 days, concluded with the magistrate ruling that Chalota does not pose a flight risk, contrary to the National Prosecuting Authority's claims. Chalota faces charges of fraud, corruption and money laundering. She stands trial alongside 16 other accused, including Magashule, in the asbestos roof removal case. Now, the case is set to be transferred to the High Court today. Moving to international news, Chidima Adetshina, who was forced to withdraw from Miss South Africa due to a nationality dispute, has accepted an invitation to compete in Miss Universe Nigeria. She stepped down after questions arose about her eligibility because her father is Nigerian and her mother is Mozambican. Miss Universe Nigeria extended the invitation, allowing Adetshina to represent her father's homeland on the international stage. Now, the winner of Miss Universe Nigeria will advance to the prestigious Miss Universe competition. It remains unclear whether Adetshina holds Nigerian nationality. Turkey and Iraq have signed a memorandum of understanding on military, security and counter-terrorism cooperation after 2 days' talks in Ankara. The countries had previously clashed over Turkey's cross-border operations against militants in northern Iraq, with Iraq arguing these actions violate its sovereignty. Relations have improved since last year, supported by high-level security talks and a visit by Turkish President Tayyip Erdogan to Baghdad. Meanwhile, new ceasefire talks are underway in Doha to resolve the conflict and secure the release of over 100 Israeli hostages held by Hamas in Gaza. Now, for this hour, we close off with this story where the family of newly crowned Miss South Africa, Mia Leroux, says that despite her hearing impairment, she has always been a kind, hardworking and determined person. She received a cochlear implant at the age of 2. Now, her mother, Liesel Leroux, says they were concerned about her future, but their daughter showed she was capable of more than they could have imagined. Mia grew up in Oudtshoorn, Little Karoo, and thrived against the odds. Now, her family, initially worried about her future, watched in awe as she tackled every obstacle with grace. The 28-year-old, who was a marketing manager in Cape Town, became the first Miss South Africa with a disability, showing the world that resilience knows no bounds. That's where we wrap up our news. Let's see how far resilience takes the teams in sports. Here's Carl.
Thanks, Carissa. Let's take a look at the sporting action. As mentioned, it's going to be an exciting weekend. But can we start off with Maurizio Pochettino, who has found a new job, apparently. He's reportedly agreed to become the new head coach of the United States national team. The 52-year-old former Chelsea manager, who left the club in May, is set to replace Greg Berhalter. And Pochettino's appointment comes as the U.S. prepares to co-host the 2026 World Cup. That's alongside Mexico and Canada. Now, let's stay with football. Nolo Sima has been appointed as head coach of Sekhukhune United following the sudden exit of German coach Peter Hibala last weekend. Now, Sima, who led the club for half of the last season before being suspended and later fired, returns to the helm. Hibala, who joined in June, left shortly after Sekhukune's top 8 defeat to Cape Town City amid allegations of misconduct. Now on to rugby, an exciting game in prospect. Marika Karabiti as well as Angus Bowell return to the Wallabies' lineup for the second rugby championship test. That's against the Springboks in Perth. Now Bowell will team up with Josh Nasser, who gets his first test start, and captain Alan Alatua in the front row. Karabiti replaces the injured Filipino Dauguna, and that's on the wing, joining Andrew Kellaway and Tom Wright in the back three. Nick White also makes his first start of the 2024 campaign, pairing with Noah Lelesio in the halves at Optus Stadium. An exciting one. We'll unpack that a little bit later with some of the experts. Now, Guyanese fast bowler Shamar Joseph delivered a sensational 5-wicket haul on home soil, skipping the Proteas for just 160 runs on the opening day of the second test. That was in Georgetown. Avian Mulder then ripped through the West Indies' top order with 4 for 18, leaving the hosts reeling at 97 for 7. Trailing by 63 runs after a dramatic day where 17 wickets fell on a pitch that heavily favoured the Seamers. Now, that's for your sport for now. There is another update for you in 1 hour. But, of course, there's a beautiful day ahead. But what does that look like? Zanele has all your details.
Good morning, Zanzi. Zanele reporting for duty, coming to you live from the Johannesburg studio at Design Quarter from the Samsung showroom, where we are making sure that you indeed are ready for the day, as Carl had said. Let's take a look at what you can expect when we look outside. And of course, we always check in with our weather peeps to find out what it is you need to be cautious of. There's a yellow level 4 warning for coastal disruption, extreme fire danger and heat wave alerts. The South African Weather Service has issued a yellow level 4 warning for damaging waves, which are expected to disrupt beachfront activities between Port Edward and Richards Bay in the morning. Extremely high fire danger conditions are anticipated over the central and northern parts of the Northern Cape, as well as in Bayers Nordia Drive, Ingxuba, Temba, and parts of Enoch Mgijima municipalities in the Eastern Cape. Additionally, a heat wave with persistently high temperatures is expected over the Alfred Nzo District municipality in the Eastern Cape until Sunday. So please make sure that you are cautious as you do step out and that you are in the know of absolutely everything that you need to be in the know of. We always love it, though, when you come through with your sunrise posts, my lovely family. And this is why, Malusi Nkosiputi, thank you for showing us what your side of the world looks like. A beautiful sunrise photo indeed. It almost looks like it's in Miami. Those palm trees are doing it for us. And we are so glad that you wake up to such a lovely view. What is yours, though? Send it through 063-408-8863. Send us that sunrise photo right now. Let's take a look at the temperatures, though, as we continue with the morning.
You see Uppington now, okay? Uppington.
Excuse me?
Coming through for the summer. I like it. That's fantastic. But stick around. It's your Feel Good Breakfast Show. Celeste Ntuli, actress, celebrity, comedian. You know what? If you don't stay there, you will not find out why Celeste Ntuli only likes the big dudes. I'm just saying. You need to stay there. That's the only reason why you need to stay. Why does Celeste Ntuli love the big dudes? Find out soon enough. It's going to be.
What you're also going to find out more about is a wonderful woman by the name of Tina Long from MasterChef SA. She joins us in the kitchen looking glorious and radiant, and we can't wait to see what she's got cooking up her sleeves. And again, like Cole said, the only way to find out is if you stick around. So we'll see you after this.
It's my Feel Good Breakfast Show.
We're Expresso family. You made it to the weekend, my love. We are here. We are within. And this is why we had to bring big energy, okay? I'm talking about one of the most incredible comedians, not just in South Africa, in the world, thank you very much. She's someone who is known for her sharp wit, as well as being absolutely fearless. She doesn't fear anybody, and it shows in the comedy that she does. And more than anything else, she is someone who has positioned herself so beautifully in the industry of comedy, because she's shown that being a woman does not stop you, thank you very much. You can have that power no matter what. Everybody, please, let's welcome the absolutely incredible Celeste Ntuli.
Can I hire you for my show? There was an intro and a half.
Oh, my
voice
goodness.
And everything.
Celeste, I'm there like a bear. Can I be one of the big dudes?
Yeah.
Perfect.
With the big voice, too.
Exactly. How are you?
I'm good.
That's
Thank you for making me
good.
feel it. I was like, I heard your voice, like, oh, thank God. I'm not the only one.
With a big voice.
With a big
Oh,
voice.
and that voice is known so incredibly well all across South Africa.
Thank you.
You're amazing at what you do. And this is why I think it's so lovely to always see you continue carving out your own path and showing everybody that this is how Celeste Ntuli does it.
Yeah, everyone
Yes.
should.
Yes.
Like, I think this space that's why it's created.
Yes.
Create your own space in however way, because we're not the same and we don't bring the same things all the time.
100%. So tell me then, Celeste, especially you as a comedian, what are the things that have sort of shaped you to be the person that you are? Because you have your own special way of doing comedy, like I said.
Honestly, comedy, because when I started doing comedy, I had to talk about myself. So I didn't really start comedy with looking at other people.
Yes.
I looked at it as a storytelling, because I come from a background of acting and blah, blah, blah.
Yes.
So things that have shaped me is the actual understanding that you are responsible for your voice. It takes some time, but you're like, oh, wow, okay. This is when you learn to have jokes that are not offensive, to have jokes that are... So this thing creates the character of being very conscious and cognitive of what you're saying.
Yeah.
And how you're saying it, and who you're saying it to, and when you're saying it. All of those things
Yeah.
matter. So those things have shaped me outside of comedy. I became a better person because there's a lot of introspection with comedy. We analyze a lot, we view a lot.
That's true.
And that's why to a certain degree, that's why they always say comedians might be depressed. I know, I don't like that, I don't like that.
Yeah.
But it's because we visit the parts of emotions that most people don't. 'Cause we
Are
make
afraid to
everything funny, you know. So that means we visit things and really look at them and try to unpack them and understand them. So emotionally, you feel like you're carrying a lot because you are taking in a lot.
Yeah.
For you to be able to do that as a joke. Although it's something that happens automatically when you're a comedian.
Yes. What I love about you guys is that you see the world in such a different view.
Different.
That's why it's always so funny, because Nibona from color that no one would have ever thought of.
Yeah, because I think what we see is an outcome of whatever the situation is.
Yes.
That's why there's jokes like, is that too soon? No, it's because for us, we've already passed what is going on now. We've understood the ramifications of the effect of what's going to happen. Then that's what we mostly analyze. That's why some of the jokes like, how can you make fun of this? But it's like, at the end of the day, everything is life.
And it
is going
is.
to pass. Everything. This too shall pass.
Amen.
Amen.
Amen. But Celeste, like I said, you are a woman that has been showing other women that you can be in comedy in any way, in any shape and form. And I think that it's so beautiful to continue to see you do that. But I want to ask you, in terms of you redefining the role of women in comedy, how have you, been able to do that? What do you think was the thing that you had to do to be able to do it?
I don't think it's only me in comedy here. I think of even yourself. We are women that have never been here.
Sure.
Our mothers didn't get the chance to celebrate and live the soft life. We are claiming our soft life. You understand? And also there are things that are not going to happen like our mothers, like I always tell people, don't compare the two.
True.
Because they also had their own struggles, we have our own struggles.
Yes.
And that's why we look like foreign to men now. Because we are women that have never been here before.
Yeah.
So I think that alone, I can attribute to the space and time. I think maybe there were women like me, they were oppressed by so many things for me to be able to exercise that. That's why I don't play and I don't take that for granted. For me, it's such an advantage to say, I can truly sit here and say I'm a black woman in South Africa who lives an experience of expressing themselves.
Come on.
When you think of 1976 and think of now and me, and the things that I'm allowed to say and think, my voice matters, whether people agree with me or don't agree with me, certain issues, but I have a space to be listened.
Yeah.
Like, that's huge for me.
100%. I mean, even you saying it, us just sitting here, it is history.
It's huge.
It's huge.
Listen, it doesn't mean there were not women who were looking, they wanted to do what you're doing right now. There's so many things. But for us to go through that, and of course, it comes with a package. That's why men are going to be difficult.
I love that.
It's not all easy.
No, it's not.
We get the back, we lose a man, we get the man, we lose a bag. I don't know.
It's okay, I'll take the bag. Thank you very much. My bag's not going to leave me, okay? But Celeste, how do you navigate controversy particularly? Because I think you sort of touched on it now, in terms of how, comedians see things for the fact that this too shall pass. But when something is very controversial, and you maybe perhaps feel like you need to speak about it now, how do you navigate that?
Most of the time I speak about something and people will go for me, and then after a few months it happens. And my friends always say, I'm no longer, I'm nothing, I'm not psychic, I'm not claiming those, but I'm saying because I like to view a situation and the story, and I'm a history lover, and so those things make me see things, okay, maybe this is going to do this. So as comedians, because we are that analytic, we will say something that people are not ready to hear.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah.
Celeste, now tell me about the thing we do want to hear.
Yeah.
It is about Celeste and the big dudes.
Yes.
Did I say it
proper
right?
big dudes. Yes, it's proper big dudes. It's proper big dudes. And thank you so much to Johannesburg. The show is about to sell out. So people must really get out and get the tickets.
Yes.
I'm not trusting that you're going to get the tickets at the door. But the show is amazing. In Durban, it was just insane.
Of course.
So I can't wait for Johannesburg. We have a band, a live band. In Durban, Big Zulu come in a surprise act. So Joburg must be ready. I'm bringing in all big guns for the surprise acts because there's a bit of a music element in it.
Yes.
And Bongani first agreed to be part of the show.
Oh,
so,
wow.
I mean, less than a big dude, Brandon a big dude. So
I was going to say,
paying homage.
You weren't playing when you said big dudes?
No.
The main big dude and the big dudes.
Yeah. Exactly. So
Where
the
can
show
we
is
get
on Saturday
tickets?
on the 17th of August at Emperor's Palace.
Yeah.
Ticket at CompuTickets.
Beautiful.
Like I said, literally, I think the last time I checked, we were less than 500 tickets.
Oh, Sana.
Yeah.
That's how Celeste Ntuli does. Thank you very much. Thank you, Celeste.
Thank you so
Please
much.
know that I'm one of the people who's always looked at your journey and just been so inspired. And the fact that you continue to allow us to not just be inspired, but show us how it's done. Thank you, for
You don't
that.
understand how much you make me feel so cool when you guys say you know me like that. Thank you.
Inkosi,
Thank you,
Celeste.
Ngiyabonga.
Oh, Expresso family, I mean, what are you doing if you don't go on the 17th and check out this beautiful woman alongside the big dudes? It is happening at Empress Palace. And like you said, and rather like you heard, it is going to be CompuTicket where you can find your tickets. Go get them now. They are selling out very, very fast. And it is going to be an experience and a half. Celeste Ntuli in the building, making sure that we indeed have a feel-good breakfast show. Right about now, we continue with our Cape Town family. Carissa, what's happening that side, my love?
Thank you so much, Sanele. And of course, Celeste, oh, what a queen. We're going to continue down that winning energy, all right? Because I've got something special for you. Now, listen up. You could hit it lucky when you play Powerball and Powerball Plus for 54 million rand in total estimated jackpots this Friday. That's today. The weekend is here. So what are you waiting for? Play Powerball for an estimated 46 million rand and Powerball Plus for an estimated 8 million rand today. Now, buy your tickets in store. Quite simple, isn't it? Or on the nationallottery.co.za website. You could also head to the mobile app or on cell phone banking, or you could simply dial star 120 star 7529 hash for USSD. Now, all these details, of course, are posted on our Expresso social media pages. So while you're scrolling today, do make sure to check them out. And Panda Pusher Play Powerball and Powerball Plus for 54 million rand in total estimated jackpots today. And listen, you could really become a big winner. I believe in you. All you got to do is play.
From a jackpot to a coffee pot, can I make you some coffee and let you know exactly what's coming through on your Feel Good Breakfast show? First and foremost, we need a bit of milk. I can tell you now that there's going to be so much talent in this kitchen. There's the one individual who I can tell you is just remarkable. When it comes to Bao, wow. She can take a bow for her bow. We have Tina Long, who's going to be here for you. And then here, Tina Long. Thank you for coming to join me. Don't be are you shy today?
A little bit.
Starstruck. Starstruck. I'm starstruck. You are the one and only Tina Long. Master Chef and everything. This is great. Sorry, I made you some coffee. Is that okay?
That's great.
That's
I
fine.
like them black, though.
Is
like
it fine?
My guys, yeah.
Really? That's fine. Then okay, you take. I like the milk. Also, I like the packaging, so I'm gonna have mine with milk. Here we go.
Okay.
Cheers to you.
Cheers.
To Bao.
Oh, thank
We're gonna
you.
make so many Bao later. It's gonna be great. Honestly, it's gonna be like, it's what I'm just saying. It's gonna be amazing. Plus, we've got Ouma Rusk coming up, and we want to share a journey. We're gonna reminisce with you because we like that feeling. So please just stay right there at your Feel Good Breakfast show. It is me, Carl, Mr. Short, and Mrs. Long.
Oh, you can make my day.
S3 at 7:30.
It's my feel good breakfast show.
Welcome back. This is your Feel Good Breakfast Show. We missed you so much, and now you are here. Happy Friday to you. And we have to welcome a culinary powerhouse. The name that will stick with you forever, you might sing it, is Tina. Long. A passionate cook whose journey in MasterChef SA Season 5 has come to an end. Sadly, I might add. She captivated viewers and the judges, describing her as one of this season's best cooks. I would thoroughly agree, but ultimately faced the tough reality of elimination. We all have to do that sometime. Let's find out how Tina feels about that. She is on the psychology couch of Expresso. Hi, Tina. Welcome.
Hi, Carl.
How are you feeling?
Much better.
Okay.
Thank you.
You've had time to process.
Yes, it was a bit of a PTSD, I must admit. I don't think I could cook another Italian meringue for a very long time. Or see anything split in front of me again.
Oh, yes. Oh, the split. You know, that's like the big MasterChef thing is when something like that is so out of your control in a way that you feel like, it's like almost like you didn't make the mistake, you know.
Yeah,
I got you. It's like that.
thank you.
But, you know, in your final challenge, I think it was a really, really tough one, and you had to draw some inspiration from somewhere to make it happen. So where did the inspiration come from?
You mean by stupidly
No.
doing a baking
No,
dish?
I'm just saying, it's so everybody has a bit of inspiration, you know, behind something. So, I mean, of course, doing that dish, you know, that inspiration, where did that come from?
I think I was looking at the outfit. I mean, it was an ingenious challenge
Yes.
to emulsify fashion and translating that into a culinary dish.
Hold on, you just said emulsify this early in the morning. I'm proud of you.
Oh, thank
That is
you.
just, you made a
That's
vinaigrette.
how we think, you
you
know,
made a
the
vinaigrette
cooks-
of the words. I like that. Yeah,
Thank you.
That's good. So you had to connect, yeah?
Yeah, so to translate that into a dish was really brilliant. So I'm very glad that I got to got eliminated from such an ingenious challenge, and you know, going out in style. But it did play to my weakness through and through. I think creativity, fashion for a mom of two is very much just comfort and looking good, and you know, multi-purpose outfit. You know, athleisure is very much, you know, my cup of tea.
Yeah.
So you know, translating fashion, now all of a sudden have to think out of the box and then to do a plated dish, that was just playing to my weakness. So I was rightfully, that was my day to go.
Well, you know what? You did so well. And I mean, we saw some shots of you now. I could see the nerves coming through, but it was a really ingenious challenge. You're right, and I'm hoping that that all the challenges that you do in your future, you're going to take on with that type of courage. Because I think you took it on with courage. So I don't want you to forget that. But let's look at you as an individual and get more background. You know, the research that I've done, aka stalking, was the fact that you've got Taiwanese heritage, but then you
Yes.
grew up more in an Afrikaans setting.
Yes, yes.
That's very unique.
So born in Taiwan, immigrated here when I was 8.
Yes.
And I stayed with a Afrikaans household, and mommy, being very Afrikaans, actually taught me how to cook. So I actually learned how to make a potjie, tomato breedy, babooti, before I even know how to make a dumpling or a bao. So she was my inspiration for cooking. And I remember coming home from school,
Yeah.
you know, she'll start every dish frying onion. So that's like the beginning of my culinary journey.
That smell, right? That smell of the onions, just cooking. There's something about it for all of us, I think, growing up, where you kind of knew your mom was home and cooking, you know?
exactly.
I think that's very special. I do believe that you may be missing a beat here. Don't forget, right? Taiwanese and Afrikaans. Do you know that you can make Bao which would be a new company for you? I'm just saying, if you want to take that from me, I'll give it to you.
You're taking it to another level. I've got suggestions for babooti spring roll, which I thought was brilliant, and I'm going to try. But this is something new.
Bao is going to be, it's going to be unique. It really is. But I think it's going to be great. You still got the future. I mean, Bao is like home for you. I suppose that's why
Oh,
it's
yes.
home Bao, isn't it?
Yes, exactly.
And that's
I
great,
want
the
people
project.
to enjoy bao at home as well, because
Yeah.
there's such in Taiwan, eating dumplings and bao is such a home event. Everybody sit around the table, we fold it together.
Yeah.
It's a family event.
This is wonderful. And I'm really, really glad. And I know that there's so many people who are inspired by your journey. Absolutely incredible. And I think we're going to see more of you in this kitchen on Expresso soon anyway. So don't worry about it. I'm looking forward. We've got like a bit of a Bao masterclass coming up. But please don't forget to tune into MasterChef South Africa on S3 Saturdays at 7:30 p.m. Now, Tina will join us in the kitchen, as mentioned, to make a delicious salt and pepper chicken bao. I cannot wait. But take a look at this, all the action from MasterChef.
Welcome to your first team challenge. The winning team will be safe from next week's elimination.
So you know the expression, too many cooks?
Organized chaos is not fun.
The guests are here, guys. The guests are here.
Now it's just coming down to trust.
It better not be overcooked.
We're going to make it.
We ride together, we dive together.
MasterChef South Africa, every Saturday on S3 at 7:30.
Now, over the past few weeks, you have been spending some time with us in our Ouma Dipping Delicious campaign, and it's turned everyday moments into something extraordinary, one dip at a time. And it's done exactly like this. Now, let's take a look at some of the most memorable moments we've had with Ouma.
I step into the day with the dawn ringing in my ears. Oh, well, I tune to my TV show. No better way, I gotta get myself into gear. Let's go. Oh, and I feel good today with my wake up in the morning Expresso. I feel good today. It's my feel good breakfast show.
Rise and shine, South Africa. It is time to make every morning dipping delicious.
Just stop, pause, take a moment, and dip an Ouma.
My throat's a bit dry. I think we need some coffee, some rusk to dunk as well.
The person I normally share anything with on the show, specifically an Ouma Rusk, is Lena.
I think Lena dips her rusk like this.
She must be very quick.
Stand by. The best way to dunk your rusk is by doing this. You count 1, 2.
You can't dunk more than thrice, just thrice.
Thrice. Everyone's got their preference. Some like it a bit more crunchy, others like it a bit soft. I live on the edge.
Yeah. Let's see how
I take it out just before it falls off.
It's like a clutch control, like a car. Perfect clutch control. Perfect.
I really do feel like a third wheel now. I've been ousted by a rusk on live TV.
Perfect.
But this is how you do dipping delicious. There we go.
Between loved
Do it slowly.
ones.
Do it slowly.
Just buy it oil.
Oh my word. They thought TV's risque, never mind rusque.
Lovely.
I'm also a dipper. I'm so glad. That sounds so wrong. No! I'm an Ouma Rusk dipper. I know. Was that the perfect timing?
Yum.
It was the perfect timing.
I love the journey with Ouma so far. It's taught me that there is even value in the smaller moments.
Ouma Rusks and coffee, bedtime combo, out of this world, opulent. It's just relaxing. It's also very, very delicious.
Honestly, this right here is just perfection. I mean, how can you blame me, right? We've got our favorite rusk, our favorite warm cup of tea, and I think just surrounded by the beauty of nature. Doesn't get better than this. I'm not gonna lie, it is a moment, an experience.
Ouma Rusks, this is part of our culture, is who we are.
Ouma Rusk is net iets wat nog altyd deel was van my lewe van 'n kind en ek eet dit vandag nog.
Gosh, it's such an icon in South Africa. So I think we all have those moments growing up around the kitchen counter with mom stealing a rusk on the side, dipping it and enjoying it.
The thing is, if you step into studio and you see a rusk, take it. Take it. Take it.
Rock, paper, scissors, go.
Told you with some problems, baby.
You are really good at this. Gotta take bigger bites, bigger bites. Rock, paper, scissors, go.
You just spent rusk on me! I'm back! Hold on! I'm so sorry! No, it's not spit, it's rusk!
Go!
Yes! Yes!
Let's go, Paul. Nice big bites. Okay, enjoy that and go.
Ik is zo bizar met mijn Ouma Rusk.
He wants to know why these rusks are so good, but he's not aware of the fact that we get to share it. And I think that's one of the most important things, right?
We've got a whole box there. You don't have to finish it. You can have them all.
Can I get a box home?
Of course, please. Maybe 3. We'll speak to Ouma Rusk.
Yeah.
We got to Ouma Rusk. Yeah.
When the box is empty and you got all those little crumbs at the bottom, you throw all of it in the coffee. And you spoon it out like a piece of... Oh, it's delicious.
Oh my gosh, you think this is a man right here. This is an old colored auntie sitting with us right now.
I hope that you will be taking some time out to enjoy some Ouma Rusk for yourself and your bestie.
That was great. Especially a Rusk race against Ryle. Well, there's alliteration for you early in the morning. That was great.
It was the rust dusts for me. Just trying to breathe and run at the same time. Absolutely cracked me up. Such beautiful moments, though, Carl.
Really great moments as well. Zanele, for you, I mean, we have yet to have a Rusk race against you. What are some of your greatest Ouma Rusk moments?
See, guys, that's the thing. You can never have a Rusk race against me. Why? I grew up with 5 siblings, yabo? So I win every race when it comes to food. You know what I mean? So essentially, my dad used to keep this like whole pantry of like food that we couldn't have unless it was a special moment because Ouma Rusks are special. So there was Rusks and a whole lot of different things. However, when it came to me being a little bit older now, I know that every single time I was like a little bit sick, I used to lie in bed and my family would always get me like some Rusks as well. So Rusks have been with me throughout my life. Like me and my family are huge fans, guys.
It's great. We have to have a Rusk race against Zanele. I don't think the sibling thing, I'm sorry, like we've got your back. So next time, it's us, versus you.
I'll be the referee, please.
I'd love you to join, but as you can see, it's great to actually reminisce. And it just sees that Ouma Rusks are always part of the greatest memories. And as you can see, it makes snack time dipping delicious.
Absolutely. The pause is necessary when you do it. Well, listen, we've got so much coming your way on your Feel Good Breakfast show. We've got Zahira Mati, who is a travel presenter. She's going to join us and tell us a little bit more about her top travels throughout the world and the destinations that you might want to add to your list come this festive time.
Yep.
And then
Can you translate my...
Okay. Okay. And then Tina Long, next to Mr. Short, is going to come back and make... make some baos with some salt and pepper chicken, right? Salt and pepper chicken? That was it. All right, we'll see you after this. Grab your rusks, and then we'll get to cooking.
Ouma Rusks, the ultimate snack time treat. Dipping delicious, tasty, filling, satisfying.
It's my Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. Thank you for spending your Friday morning with us. Well, up next, we've got an incredible guest in studio. We're so excited to welcome Zahira Mati. She is a renowned travel TV host, as well as a destination marketing expert with a flair for uncovering the world's most exciting destinations. Now, with her extensive experience and award-winning content, Zahira has traveled the globe, bringing vibrant stories and insider tips to her audience. And this morning, she'll share her top 5 travel travel picks for 2024, discuss the impact of diverse travels on her career, as well as emerging travel trends. All of these things we're going to unpack today, but I'm just excited to meet you and get into the mind behind somebody who has a spirit of wanderlust. Thank you for being here, Zahira.
Thank you for having me.
Of course. Well, let's get straight into this because you've had a very fruitful career in travel, 10 years. And they say that it does take 10 years in order to have that overnight success that people talk about. But yours has been pretty up since day one, right? So can you talk to me about the growth that travel has impacted on your life personally and then also professionally?
I think travel's become a bit of an addiction.
Oh,
it
yes.
started off as something you did as a hobby. Living where I do in Dubai, you have quite easy accessibility to a lot of the world. So within half a day, you can pretty much be anywhere across the globe. And now it's become that thing that is both business and pleasure and passion and baby and everything wrapped up in one. So I think there's such a long answer to the question about how it's impacted personal growth. Cultural diversity and understanding, I'd say, is the number one thing. And I think in the world we live in today, having that tolerance, having that understanding and having that exposure really enriches you as a human to understand how different people think and feel and process.
Absolutely.
I think a good balance of learning and creativity. A lot of my work is impacted by my travel. So when I travel and I learn things about different ways to do things, or I see campaign ideas or creative ways to do things differently, I take that back with me and then I sort of present that to clients in different ways. So I definitely think it's impacted creativity wise, and also just learning, like constantly building who you are and what you appreciate and how you see the world and perspective. I'd say those have to be my top three, but I could give you a long list.
I mean, girl, I feel like we could sit here forever and just talk about this and unpack. That is absolutely stunning. And I know this is going to be an even harder question to narrow down, but I have to ask you, just looking at 2024, right? What are your top 5 travel destinations? In case someone's sitting there right now with a pen and paper, where do we begin?
You're right. It is a very difficult question. When you ask me that, it's like asking a parent to choose a favorite child.
Exactly.
Just based on recent travel, let's put it that way. I would say Madagascar is very, very high on my list. I was just there a few weeks ago. I shot there in December. It is a beautiful destination. One of the things I absolutely love about it is it's so unspoilt. It's very uncommercial. It's raw, it's rustic, but it has so much character to offer you. A lot of the things I'm going to list are on the African continent, and with good reason, because we have an amazing continent to visit. And I don't think people visit it enough. Rwanda, phenomenal destination. Also, a lot of these destinations are visa-free for South Africans, which is important.
Love to hear this.
The visa is a hack, right? No
Come
one wants to
on,
do it.
it's a barrier.
No one wants to do it. So Rwanda, definitely. Botswana, another one, really close. Hour and a bit flight. The most incredible game I think I've seen in many years. I saw within a space of a few days. This might seem boring and obvious, but South Africa.
We had to make a list.
Such incredible places to see. I mean, 2 days ago, I drove to Swellendam, to this beautiful little cabin, bottom of the mountains, right by a river. Didn't see a human for 48 hours.
Lovely.
Just saw baboons, heard rain. Just the most incredible sunrise and sunset. Our country isn't explored enough by our own, and it's got the most incredible destinations to see. And I think lastly, Russia, it's visa-free, desperate for travelers at the moment. St. Petersburg has amazing things to offer you anytime round. Why not?
Wow, what a list. And I'm so glad that Africa dominated because honestly, 2023, 2024 has felt like the year of African rise and domination. And it's so good to hear from a global traveler that yes, we do actually, and we are on par with everybody else. Well, let's talk about emerging travel trends. Are there any that you've kind of picked up along the way that you'd like to share?
Well, I think there's a lot of really cool trends at the moment. And one of the things we're seeing a lot is what we would call thematic travel. So people that travel for a specific purpose, whether that's eco, whether that's wellness, whether that's medical. I even saw the other day a whole list of retreats for fertility. So you can go on a holiday to Bali or loads of really beautiful destinations and focus on one specific area of your life that you want to improve or work on and deep dive into a bit more. So thematic travel is definitely something we're seeing a lot of in 23, 24, and I think that's going to continue into 25. Things like retreats and group travel, I think people are wanting to explore and meet people a lot more than we were in the past. Post-COVID, we just want to get out and we just want to connect, and group travel is a great way to do that. So a lot of these themes, and I think people are so much smarter, right? Like they want so much more from a holiday than just a pretty photo or one nice food and a nice hotel.
Give me value.
We're after depth and we're after substance, and thematic travel really offers that.
Oh my gosh, Sarah, we could talk forever. Very quickly, because we have to wrap. What are you working on right now, and where can we catch you online?
So I've got a new baby, My Travel Diary is what it's called, completely independent. You'll find it on YouTube. You may find it on a few airlines. You may find it on a few channels. Let's see. Our first destination is Madagascar, and I can't wait to see what everybody thinks.
Oh my goodness, thank you so much for joining us. And yes, we're going to have our eyes on your socials. Thank you for broadening our horizons, even if we have not crossed any borders ourselves. And we definitely are so inspired by travel. And hopefully come this December, you'll hit up one of the 5 places that Sahira's recommended.
Thank you so much, ladies. Let's make something to eat. Now, earlier we had the pleasure of getting to know MasterChef SA contestant Tina Long, and she now joins us in the kitchen to guide us through a mouth-watering dish, salt and pepper chicken bao. And that's why Tina is here for us, as you always are. This is great. So, let's first start off with the obvious, right? When people say bao bun, it's like saying food, right? It's like saying call, Tina.
Yeah, I guess that derived from, you know, this bun as in a burger sense.
Yeah.
And that's where the bao bun come from. In Taiwan, we just call it bao or bao zi. Bao zi means with the filling inside already.
Bao zi.
Yeah, bao zi. Yeah, when you add the zi at the end.
I like to add zi to a lot of words of mine as well.
I don't want to know.
No, but I won't. I won't today. So we are going to do a salt and pepper version, which is going to be delicious, I know. But the secret to a fluffy bao, because I think, you know what, you try it at home, you want to do the right type of, you know, dough, put it into the steamer, and it doesn't puff up enough. So do you have any hacks for that part of the job?
Yes, so obviously use wheat flour, yeast, that's very important. Make sure that it's in a warm environment. A good tip is that to make it extra silky and fluffy, add a bit of milk protein in there.
Excuse me, milk protein?
Yes, or cremora.
Wow.
You can use that. That does actually add extra silkiness to it, so that's my little secret tip in there.
Protein?
Yeah.
Can I add my whey protein in there?
Of course. You know, make a high-protein bao.
Let's get cooking, shall we? I'm going to leave you to this side.
Thank you.
We're doing a substitution, and I'm going to help you with all of these condiments over here.
Carl, I'm going to put you to work.
You better.
So please make my marinade for me.
Okay, cool.
Okay, bye.
So I'm ready. Just like, I'm going to, you know what, I'm going to guess all the ingredients as we go along, and then we're going to sort of go.
Yeah.
So just...
Don't drink the rice
So
wine.
I'm just thinking that this might be garlic. Let's start there. That's garlic. Done. All right.
And then pick up the micropane.
Yes.
And if you can just
Then you want me to plane it, shave it in there?
Yes, please.
All right,
Okay,
I'll do that.
and
I'm
just don't
actually
do it
familiar
for-
with shaving. I do it to the sides of my head, so that's fine.
You
Great.
did
So
an excellent job.
beautiful.
Okay.
And you must be careful with the plane, eh? Fingertips.
Yes.
You never know.
Yeah.
So while I do the plain old thing here,
I'm going to start slicing the chicken on the side. Then we're going to add soy sauce, oyster sauce, egg, 5 spice, white pepper, sugar, cornstarch, boil it all in there, give it a good mix, and then I'll have my chicken ready for you.
Okay, that's fantastic.
you're
I'm going to
good.
give everything. So I'm going to drop everything into this bowl. I'm going to give it a whisk around and it'll be ready for you.
Yeah, so I'm just going to whip
yes,
out
chef,
the knife.
That's fine. Go for it. That's it. That's our drawer. That's our secret drawer, by the way. You can't see it now. But we have a secret drawer there where we can get everything. So what are you looking for?
I'm looking for a knife.
You're looking for a knife? The thing is, right, a knife is the set you see behind you. There we go.
Found it. All right. So now
That's
the quick
it.
tip to a juicy chicken is that
Gotcha.
the way you fillet it. So I like to fillet it to halves, and then you can beat them with a mallet or a rolling pin. That actually makes them extra tender when you
Yes, chef.
marinate them. So depending, we're using a 6-centimeter bao today. So I'm just going to cut these chicken fillet in halves so it will fit into our bao nicely.
I like a big bao.
You like
They
a big
also call it a
bao?
bauger. I like that.
Bao burger.
Yeah, a bauger.
Bauger.
Yes.
Okay.
I told you about your new company called Bao Voice, eh? I did tell you.
I'm
just
getting
not
very
forget.
inspired today.
That's what I'm here for. I'm here for inspiration. It's important. That's why. So while we do this is great.
Okay.
And did you see great? I'm sorry, I didn't mean to.
Do you know,
make that
in
pun.
MasterChef,
Sorry, man.
in MasterChef Kitchen, you probably only have 3 seconds to do that.
Really? I'm having a good time here with you.
I think
talking and that sort of thing.
That's
I'm
me.
not the only person that's having a good time. I hope that Zanele is following on because Zanele, the thing is, we are actually making these bao for you. So what we'll do is we're going to send you some. Have you ever made your own bao, Zanele?
Please.
Never in my life. I've never even had them in my house. It's always like outside at the restaurant and everything. So guys, like, you're living a dream of mine, because I feel like, you know, if you make it yourself, sometimes you can add in your own little like extra spice. You know what I mean?
Yes.
And I'm going to hold you to it, Carl. I'm waiting for you to send me some.
No, I will definitely, but I can understand that, you know, Bao has been a part of your life, because that's usually what you do, because of the great work that you do all over the industry. So you should just be taking a Bao all the time. I'm just saying.
Oh, get out of here.
I'm just saying.
Says you, Carl, king of the industry. Oh, my
Okay, I'm just saying.
word.
But we're going to complete this marinade over here, because apparently I'm doing a good job.
Excellent.
Great job. Oh, you must do it faster.
Look,
Oh, no, I'm not going to do it
I would
faster for you.
trust you in the kitchen.
Okay. Can I put the egg in?
Yes, please. Okay. And
Would you trust me? Thank you. I would trust you as well, 100%. But just watch as I make this marinade, okay? So apparently I'm going too slow. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go really fast. Basically, the human beater is here, okay? The human beater is back. So I'm going to make sure that all the cornstarch is incorporated. Look at that, the human beater.
Looking great.
That's it.
Okay, so I'm going to throw my chicken in there.
Fantastic. Look at that.
Excellent job.
Stuns, yo.
Okay, so give it a good mix. So the beauty about this crispy salt and pepper chicken is that it's gluten-free as well. We're going to use the cassava flour or tapioca starch to do the coating today, which is a very unusual coating, but it works really well. Extra crunchy, gluten-free.
It's delicious.
And the beauty of it is that once you make it and deep fry it, you can actually store it in the freezer.
Okay.
And then whenever you have guests over, you know, just whip it out, put it in the air fryer or in the oven.
I love that.
And then dinner is ready. I know. This is
great.
so convenient.
Also,
for
I know that my
moms.
fingers are going to smell like garlic all day, which is a privilege to be in the
Delicious.
kitchen, isn't it? It's great.
Okay.
So done and dusted. So you're going to put those. So are those going to go in the fry? Or
So usually you have to marinate this overnight, preferably. Otherwise, at least an hour. But because we are super prepared today, we have one that's done for us already.
Okay, cool.
Okay, so we're going to coat this.
This is great.
So I'm just going to slice this.
So you know we're going to have to continue this, because the beautiful thing about this lovely thing of TV is that we get a chance to do this behind the scenes and then reveal a bit later, because it's like a magic trick, you know what I mean? You're not sure where the rabbit came from, but it will appear in front of you a bit later. So we'll get back to this with Tina Long from MasterChef in the next couple of minutes. So make sure you stay with us. This is your feel-good breakfast show with recipes to make you bow in your kitchen.
With 5 times greater plaque reduction than brushing and flossing alone. For a cleaner mouth and healthy gums. Completes the clean with Listerine.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
You're still on your Feel Good Breakfast show here on S3. And my lovely, this morning we get to have beautiful chats around the celebration of women. Yes, we're in August. And I know ladies who do it all throughout the year. They make sure that they truly are instilling a sense of purpose in women. I'm talking about the long-standing partnership between Elizabeth Arden as well as the Sparrow Society. This morning we get to hear about how they have come together to impact the lives of over 200 women who are employed to develop the incredible, beautiful, famous cosmetics bag of Elizabeth Arden. Arden. And today, it is, of course, none other than Sparrow Society's founder. It is, of course, Kate Brim, joining Elizabeth Arden SA's marketing manager. I'm talking about Ashley Fernandez, and we're hearing about what it is they've been doing with these incredible women. Everyone, let's give them a feel-good welcome, please. Ladies, how are you?
Good, how are you?
Amazing, thank you. Ladies, well done on the incredible work that you've been doing. It really is so lovely to always see, you know, underprivileged communities be invested into, because that is what is needed. But Kate, I want to start with you, please. In terms of the Sparrow Society, you know, what is it that your MPO is actually about?
Yeah, so thanks for having me on. I think on the surface, we are a bag manufacturer, which is important, right? Because South Africa used to be a major manufacturer of these types of things. But over the last kind of couple decades, maybe 3 decades, we've seen a sharp decline in textile manufacturing in South Africa. So over the past 11 years that Sparrow Society has been around, we've really been working to rebuild that, because I think we've been able to prove that South Africa can and should be a major player in this industry again. So that's on the surface level. But if you step into our workshop, I think within 60 seconds, you will very quickly see that we are not a normal factory. We exist for women. Our primary purpose is to create economic empowerment opportunities for women in order to subvert gender-based violence and other social inequalities that women face. And we do this based on the research that shows that when a woman is able to financially sustain herself, she is less prone to abuse and exploitation. And I cannot stress how important that financial stability element is. That saying money is power is horrifyingly true. So when a woman is able to sustain herself, she is able to regain that power. And I think it's true for all people, that economic empowerment aspect of it, but especially for women who already find themselves in a vulnerable position, especially in a society that continues to devalue women's bodies and our contributions to society. So at Sparrow Society, we use different things. Something as simple as a cosmetic bag. It seems like it's nothing, but it's so important, because this is what allows us to give these women their power back. So our program, again, I said when you walk in, it's not a factory. We actually have 200 what we call sew bosses. So they're not sitting in rows of sewing machines at our factory. We actually help them set up home-based businesses. So we prioritize ownership and upward mobility and true empowerment, with the idea that we start them off, and companies like Elizabeth Arden come on, which is incredible, to help sustain them while they're building their business. And through that, they gain experience, they gain confidence, they gain all the business skills they need to be able to go out and get other clients.
Beautiful.
So it's really exciting. So we kind of go away from that aid and relief element and try to go what we call aid to trade. So getting her to a position where she is the one in power, she is the one making the decision.
And sustainability more than anything else. And I mean, I think I've said it so many times this month, but if you want to empower a community, you empower a woman. Which is 100% always so beautiful to see that there are people actually doing exactly that. So I want to ask you, please, Ashley, why was it imperative that you partnered with the Sparrow Society as Elizabeth Arden?
I think with the brand being over 100 years old, I mean, it's all about empowering women. And I think it's back to the fundamental mantra of the brand. It's being beautiful is a birthright of every woman. And I think just with this partnership, when that consumer is buying Elizabeth Arden, she's changing a woman's life.
Come on.
And I think that is just taking a step back as well. If you look at the brand, it's everything's always about numbers, right? But these numbers are so important to us. If you look at us, like I say, we're a brand over 100 years old. We brand of many firsts as well, and I think that first, the first sort of step that Miss Elizabeth Arden took with inspiring women to go and vote in 1912, to opening the first Red Door Spa in New York, being the first businesswoman on the Time magazine. So she really was a woman of many firsts, and a brand of many firsts. And with that, I think her whole sort of inspiration was really to empower women. So built into the DNA of the brand, and having this partnership with Sparrow is about that woman empowerment.
Beautiful. And ladies, we literally have like 1 minute. I want to ask you, what can we expect from this specific partnership going forward?
So I think the key milestones, I don't know if you want to elaborate, but we've got some beautiful milestones and we just want to double them. So very quickly, they celebrated their 10th year birthday last year, and I think it was amazing. It's been an 8-year partnership with Elizabeth Arden. Over 350 women We're on 1.3 million bags made, and we want to double that.
Yay!
So that is the goal.
That is beautiful. Ladies, thank you so much for the amazing work that you're doing. And, you know, like I said, yes, we celebrated Women's Month. Yes, we love to see our women being empowered in August. But the fact that you guys are doing it literally 24/7, 365, that is what it is truly about. So thank you, and I wish you so much of the best.
Thank you.
Thank you. It is the Sparrow Society and Elizabeth Arden coming together to make an impact in women's lives, particularly in underprivileged societies. And honestly, I think that it is one of the most incredible things to see. Why? Well, my friend, that's what it's about. It's about doing the work. It's about making sure that we are lifting others as we rise. And right now, I hope that you have taken in everything great that the Sparrow Society and Elizabeth Arden are doing. For now, though, we need to take care of business. It is the top of the hour. Carissa standing by with the news headlines.
With just a minute after 7 o'clock, before we delve into national duties when it comes to your news, I have to say that the kitchen is still very much busy right here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. Bows are being made, and I'm hoping they're going to keep me one after we get into your national and international news for 7 o'clock. Well, let's start off here that the state has withdrawn the case against 95 Libyan nationals arrested at a secret military training camp in Mpumalanga. Now, the legal representative argued that they had done nothing wrong. Police and Department of Internal Affairs officials raided the camp a few weeks ago. National Prosecuting Authority spokesperson Monica Nuswa told the SABC that the state's evidence was insufficient to prosecute. Now, the case has now been handed over to the Department of the Interior, and the suspects are expected to be deported within the next 48 hours. The Jacob Zuma-led Umkhonto weSizwe, or MK Party, the official opposition to the Government of National Unity, welcomed former EFF Deputy President Floyd Shivambu and ex-EFF MP Mzwanele Mani to its ranks yesterday. Now, the resignation from the EFF was announced at a media briefing in Johannesburg. Shivambu, EFF president since its founding in 2013, joins the MK Party along with Mani, a close ally of Zuma and spokesperson for his foundation. EFF leader Julius Malema says he anticipates more members loyal to Shivambu will follow suit. Moving on to your international news, a new round of ceasefire talks in Doha, Qatar began yesterday, focusing on Gaza and the release of hostages. However, there is uncertainty about Hamas's participation. President Joe Biden accused Israel of adding new conditions to the proposals in late May, while Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu claims it is Hamas seeking change. The peace talks stalled after the assassination of Hamas's political leader and chief negotiator Ismail Haniyeh. Over 40,000 people have died in Gaza since Hamas's attack on Israel on October 7th last year. Chidimma Adinjina, who was forced to withdraw from South Africa due to a nationality dispute, has accepted an invitation to compete in Miss Universe Nigeria. Now, she stepped down after questions arose about her eligibility because her father is Nigerian and her mother is Mozambican. Miss Universe Nigeria extended the invitation, allowing Adinjina to represent her father's homeland on an international stage. The winner of Miss Universe Nigeria will advance to the prestigious Miss Universe competition. It remains unclear whether Adinjina holds Nigerian nationality. And we close off this hour with this story where 60 years ago this week, the Beatles' first film, A Hard Day's Night, premiered in American theaters, captivating audiences and critics alike. The industry. I have to quote Steven Spielberg here, who said that they are the greatest cultural force of our time. Well, that's where we wrap up your news for this hour. Let's check in with your sports. Here's Carl.
Thanks, Carissa. Let's take a look at your sporting action, starting off with football. Maurizio Pochettino, the man's got a job, while reportedly agreeing to become the new head coach of the United States national team. The 52-year-old former Chelsea manager who left the club in May is set to replace Greg Berhalter, and Pochettino's appointment comes as the U.S. prepares to co-host the 2026 World Cup alongside Mexico and Canada. Now let's stay with football. Let's go local. Lehlonolo Sima has been appointed, or reappointed, I should say, as head coach of Sekhukhune United following the sudden exit of German coach Peter Hibala last weekend. Now Sima, who led the club for half of the last season before being suspended and later fired, returns to the helm. Hibala, who joined in June, left shortly after Sekhukhune's top 8 defeat to Cape Town City amid allegations of misconduct. Now, rugby, an exciting weekend ahead, and Marika Karabete and Angus Bull return to the Wallabies' lineup for their second Rugby Championship test against the Springboks in Perth. And Bull will team up with Josh Nasser, who gets his first test start, and of course, captain Alan Alalatua in the front row. Karabete replaces the injured Filipe Dagunu on the wing, and joining Andrew Kellaway and Tom Wright in the back three. Nick White also makes his first start of the 2024 campaign, pairing with Noah Lolesio in the halves at Optus Stadium. And cricket action, Guyanese fast bowler Shamar Joseph delivered a sensational 5-wicket haul on home soil, skittling the Proteas for just 160 runs on the opening day of the second test in Georgetown. Vian Mulder then ripped through the West Indies' top order with 4 for 18, leaving their hosts reeling at 97 for 7, trailing by 63 runs after a dramatic day where 17 wickets fell on a pitch that heavily favoured the seamers. Now, that's it for your sporting action. Of course, another action, or should I say another report coming your way shortly. But let's take a look at your traffic, and here is Zanele.
So, of course, we want you to get through the traffic easily, my lovely. So let's tell you what's happening out on those roads. In Pretoria, Gauteng, traffic is at a standstill inbound at Mabopane Highway with a back of the queue towards Bremer Street. So you might want to find an alternative route over there. Then in Johannesburg, Germiston, there's a stationary truck north of the N3 at Galuli's interchange. Approach the affected area with caution, please, and drive safely. We want you to be safe and to get to where you're going, yes, in time, but also in one piece. We also want you, though, to know that you are, of course, not alone when it comes to what's happening outside. We've got the weather for you. So we all know that when we talk about water in South Africa, there is a little bit of a problem. And this is why Environmental News this morning is letting us know that Deputy Minister of Water and Sanitation, David Mahlobo, has urged academia and global experts in research and science to prioritize major water, environmental and climate change issues facing the global community. Mahlobo made this call at the International Conference on Water and Environmental Sustainability held earlier this week in Richards Bay, KZN. The ongoing water issues in South Africa were also discussed, providing a global platform for experts to learn about and seek solutions for pressing challenges related to water scarcity, quality and management in the country. The conference was organized by the University of Zululand in collaboration with Chang'an University in China. Now, of course, my friend, we want you to also please make sure that you keep those lovely sunrise photos coming. It is none other than Mike from St. Helena Bay, who has absolutely allowed us to see what's happening on his side of life. And Mike, this is gorgeous. It looks like there's a little bit of a fire coming out from just over the horizon. And I think that we indeed are feasting when it comes to our eyes. Thank you so much for it, Mike. And you got to keep it coming as well, Expresso family. 063-408-8863. Send us that sunrise photo so that we can also enjoy that view with you, please. Speaking of views, though, what's going to be happening in terms of what you see today? Let's take a look at the temperatures.
Uppington, you never fail to impress with your temperatures, and the thing is, kitchen temperatures are rising because we have still Tina Long is here, Zahira is here as well, and Zahira's been waiting to taste the bao for about 40 minutes at the moment. That's it. So that's how it goes. I just wanted to ask you for bao. You've been watching us make this and labour over this, but have you gone to a country where you've tasted some bao?
I have.
Which one?
I consider myself a bao expert.
Are you?
Wow. Yeah. No pressure, though. I'm sure this is great.
Okay, so you're a bao professional. So tell me which country you're welcome. I'm coming up with these all day. I don't know what's wrong with me. But so what's your favourite, though? Your filling?
Love a soft shell crab.
Yeah.
And a spare rib, like a slow-cooked, crunchy...
Yes, please.
Slow pulled beef is also good.
That is it. So let's assemble, shall we? Are you ready to assemble? Are you ready?
I want to let you do your own thing, actually.
Okay,
Today we
great.
have the black and gold and then 2 sides of the white. So pick your bao size.
Let's go for it.
Pick my bao
yes,
size.
choose your fighter. There we go. So you go for it.
So
I like this. What is that bao there?
Yeah, I want the gold.
Yeah, so go for it. So that's a charcoal and the gold, edible.
Right.
And then we have some...
probably meant to stay behind, right?
Yep.
There we
Kewpie
go.
mayo, some coriander, any crunchy veg. So you can choose. So smear some Kewpie mayo onto your bao.
Smear. All right, here we go.
That's it. This is really great.
There we go. I'll do one with you.
Yes. All right, so we're smearing mayo. Is that a good quantity of mayo to be
the
smeared?
More the merrier, definitely.
Yeah, look, I'm a Kewpie mayo fan, so this is very addictive.
Okay, there we go.
There we go. Okay. Love a bit of coriander. I know it's not everyone.
Love coriander.
Love coriander. It's such a
I feel like it's not a bao without some coriander.
Yeah, a bit of micro veg. Love spring onion as well. Does have a little bit of a bite, but does uplift that richness from the crunchy chicken.
We like bites and we like richness. Let's get that in.
And then grab a slice of this beautiful crunchy chicken.
Yeah.
Ah, that's in there. Oh, wait, I'm missing. I'm missing something. I'm missing these guys.
Micro veg.
Oh, no, the micro. Micro veg. Did you know there was such a thing?
Yeah, of course.
Here we go.
Okay, and then if you're a vegetable fan like myself...
Bite it, professionals. Go for it.
Professionals.
And then, cheers.
I'm going to add that to my title.
You better.
Here we
Let's
go.
do it.
Here we go.
Wow, there we go. Thank you so much, Tina Long and Zahira. There we go. They can officially enjoy a bao, take a bao, and we'll be right back in the next few because Ryle has buddy chows with friends later. And then, of course, we have to get the Premier League started. That's going to be fantastic. So make sure you stay there at your Feel Good Bao show.
It's nice.
We connect more countries than any other airline. Turkish Airlines.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Friday is upon us, my friend. I know I've been waiting all week, but then there is a group of people that have been waiting all year for this specific moment when the Premier League returns. Look, I know many relationships are about to be in danger. Yeah, because they're going to lose their partners to the Premier League. But you know what? It is okay. We got AJ Ntlaleni in the house who's going to be guiding us through what we can expect from this season. It is honestly one of the biggest, most incredible things that happens globally. And this is why this morning we get to have a huge chat around it with new managerial faces, with new players, with all of these beautiful things coming together to allow the Premier League to be the Premier League. Everyone, let's welcome AJ. How are you, AJ?
Good, thanks. How are you,
I'm amazing, Thank you. I can imagine you're excited.
Of course. It's been a whole year. Well, I
Right.
mean, it wasn't a boring year. We had Olympics, you know.
Yes, this
so
is
it
true.
kind of distracted me a bit.
Yeah.
And then now it's the Premier League.
Oh, my goodness. That's why I said many relationships are in trouble.
Yes,
Because you
it's-
guys, you
they go
weren't
on
focused
pause.
on the... Exactly.
Yes.
But speak to me about this. I mean, you know, we've seen that last season, it was, of course, Arsenal that came close twice, actually.
The chokers, yeah.
Hectic, AJ. You're hurting people out there. But what do you think Michael Arteta and his people need to do to possibly, you know, actually seal the deal?
Yeah, man, I was having a chat with my mates about it, and it's just, they're still trying to shake off that bold mindset that was set by Wenger after the Invincibles, right? I mean, they tried to have an outright striker that is prolific in Jesus and Nketiah, but there's a bit of vulnerability now, I mean, Pep hasn't, you know, given them certainty that they will have him.
He's got a Pep in his brand new season. How do you think they'll fare?
I mean, with Sean Dyke at the helm now, you know, you can never write him off as well. We saw what he did with Burnley a couple of seasons ago.
Yes.
He plays very defensive football, and then he hits you on a counter and also set pieces as well. So I don't think we should write him off and write off Everton.
Yes.
Because in all honesty, in Merseyside, they are a big club, right? And with him there, now that football will come. It's going to be very difficult playing against them, especially playing at their turf.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
There's so many things to consider. And I feel like for me, right, I was a huge soccer fan or football fan when I was in primary school and high school. So when
Yeah.
I started watching, I'm a Chelsea girl. So Didier Drogba, Lampard, and all of them, those were my heroes. But I remember at the time, Man City wasn't the strongest.
They weren't.
Yeah, they really weren't.
Not at
But
all.
now they're going for their 5th consecutive title. Do you think they have it in them?
Ah, man, you can never write off Pep, man. I always say, I'm a Manchester United stan.
Yeah.
Right? And it hurts.
Why?
I mean, it hurts.
Yes.
It hurts, yes, but he has been second to none
Yeah.
other than 2020 against Liverpool. Like I was saying earlier, if you don't sign big, it's going to be very hard to challenge him.
Yeah.
Regardless, right? But he has an aging squad now. You know, Kevin De Bruyne now into his ripe years. And, you know, with the whole... There's no signings, talks of signings as yet. There are murmurs that he wants Bruno G from Newcastle,
Yeah.
but then Newcastle has this clause that they have. So I don't write them off, man. I mean, you can write them off in the Champions League.
Yes.
That I can say.
Hectic, hectic. It always gets so tense with football. But I then need to ask you for my heart.
Yeah.
How do you think Chelsea's going to do?
Chelsea's
Things have been
very
so tough.
good.
Okay.
He's very good at signing.
Yes.
Not so very good on the pitch.
So the execution is where we are lacking. Is that what you're saying,
Yes,
AJ?
they're
Ah.
very big signers. You know, you have your Cole Palmers, who is a contender of young player. If he didn't win it, but they have a young squad that they're trying to build.
Yeah.
Right? It's been difficult since Abramovich sold.
100%.
Right? But, you know, they have the checkbook, which is what I wish, you know,
Rich.
Sir Ratcliffe can bring
Ish.
to Manchester United.
Yes.
But Chelsea, you will have a good season.
I hope so.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
so speak to me about this then. For all of your fellow Man United fans out there, what do you say to them? You know, what are you looking at in terms of you guys and how you think you'll fare?
Do you know Manchester United fans, right, are just like blind followers? I say
exactly.
that because I am a blind
That's why I
follower.
said why.
Because I follow, regardless of what they do. They lose, they win, I follow. But I think now with our reinforcements and our signings, you know, we have Matthijs de Ligt now.
Yeah.
So hopefully at the back. But, you know, I get worried when Ten Hag says he's going to play Maguire. You know, I always get worried when that guy, because it's like we have 12 players against us.
Yeah.
One of them is in our squad and in our defense.
Hectic.
So-
All right. AJ, we appreciate you.
Thank you
you
so
so much. You are incredible. And I'm sure we'll see you again just to come and, you know, help us out. Help us cope a little bit, if you will. Yeah. Today, officially, the Premier League kicks off and it is a huge one. It is going to be absolutely incredible to see how each and every one of these teams come in guns blazing. But Carl, this is where I want to throw it to you, my king. Is there anybody that you are behind as we go into the Premier League? And how are you feeling about it?
I'm I'm going to be behind Aston Villa this season, I think, because there's so much hype, so many signings. I know that you love Chelsea. Chelsea only have 230 players signed at the moment, so I'm not sure if the coach forgot that there's 11 on the pitch allowed at a time, but that's fine. I'm kidding, don't worry. But I think this season, I'm really hoping that Arsenal does it, man. They are always a bridesmaid, never a bride, and I want them to actually enjoy a bit of success in the season. A City, I'm excited to see a bit more from Savinho that signed in the came from La Liga. That is going to be very, very good. Arne Slot taking on Liverpool is another narrative that I want to follow very closely, so I'm excited about that as well. But I do like the teams, like the Newcastles, the Aston Villas, the West Hams. I want to see those teams coming through. And then the up-and-comers as well, the ones that are going to be contesting. I think that's going to be fantastic to see some of the newcomers come back, as well as Leicester as well, back in the Premier League. So it's going to be an exciting season. I love 100%. Watching the Premier League stories unfold, Zanele. So it's kind of like a soapy for me, and I can't wait for the drama.
Right. Exactly, me as well. And also, it just likes to bring drama to relationships, like I said. But, Carl, I'm love and light to you and your Arsenal mission over there. I don't think it's going to happen, but we'll see.
Yeah, it's got to.
Well, I don't know about sports, but I do know a little bit about cooking, especially when Ryle is in the kitchen. And in his vibrant kitchen, the air is filled with mouth-watering aromas of his signature bunny chow. Now, it's a dish as unforgettable as the memories being made among friends. Let's take a look at how easy entertaining really can be.
Now today it is officially game day. The plan's really simple. We're making a South African classic. We're talking about bunny chow with a little bit of a twist. It's not just cooking though that we're getting up to, but we're also having a lot of fun. We've got games to play, and I've got a secret little pop quiz at the end to see who's going to be joining me for cleanup duty.
Hello, hello.
Oh,
Hi.
my people. So you guys ready to help me with this one?
Let's get into it. Put us to work, Raul. Where do we start?
Okay, so as I mentioned, we've got potatoes and cauliflower. So Carissa, maybe you can boil the cauliflower for me. And then, Mans, you are getting shredded. So why don't you shred and cut up some, you know what I mean?
Yo, Raul, you've really taken some tips from Seth. You prepared so many different ingredients.
Yeah, I'm trying to show off a little bit in front of my friends.
Bro, what about all the dishes?
Bro, I know, it's possibly the worst part. I normally test my friends' morals at the end of the day and see if they're going to pick up any of the dishes.
I don't know about you guys, but I'm done over here. My cauliflower is tender, so it's coming out of the water.
I love how she gets so smug when she does something right, eh? Listen, thank you. We are well on our way here. We're going to add some of these spices in now. I've got some curry leaves, turmeric, some garam masala, which is always the good stuff. Ooh, it is smelling so good already, but bro, I think you might have added too many chilies in here. I'm starting to cry. Not a bunny chow without a half loaf of bread, baby. Robbie, you want to grab a loaf from me, please?
You don't call me Robbie Sharp Pants for nothing. I've never felt pressure cutting bread before.
Bro, I think you should have actually played golf when you were younger, man. Look at these hole-in-ones, baby.
Precision.
Just actually like run a marathon now. We got enough energy for anything. What do you guys want to hike?
Glycogen stores are full.
Yeah. So, Carissa, final thoughts?
I mean, look, it's quite evident. Machi's full, Urchi's too. That was amazing, Raul.
It's a great meal. The classic has been officially dished up, served, my belly's full, but these plates are a little bit messy, and that was an oily, messy, all over kind of meal, and it means we're gonna have to clean up, guys. Don't worry, it's gonna be a whole lot easier because I have Sunlight's 5-in-1 dishwashing tablet. Right, so let's play a game and figure out who's gonna be helping me with this one. Let's go. What I'm gonna be drawing are some functions that you would find on any common dishwasher, and then if you can get the function, you get 1 point.
Auto function?
Yes!
I knew it. Self-clean?
Yeah, that's correct. Nicely done. 2 points to Carissa. Leaving you.
Eco function.
Yes, I was hoping you didn't get that one wrong.
Oh, extra fun.
Yes! Unfortunately, you know what that means?
I get the privilege of doing the dishes.
You do
Come
indeed.
on,
Let's
yeah.
go, boy. All right, Robbie, you are the chosen one, my friend.
I'm the winner. I'm the real winner here. I get to see it all happen.
Look, it really is that easy. And I know this is a day of many firsts for you. We had the first time having bunny chow and a meatless option
I
at
know,
that.
I know.
This is not your first time working with a dishwasher, bro. And let me tell you, it is so easy now that we have the Sunlight 5-in-1 automatic dishwashing tablets. It's simple. We grab one of these tablets over here and you can see it's got that little hydrofoil on top of it.
Yeah.
You don't need to do anything with regards to unwrapping this. You place it straight in the basket.
Right, I want to put this into test. You've spoken lots about it. Let's have a look.
All right, well, let's get our packing on, man. All right, you can slot the plates in over here. All right, so I'm going to bring that big pot to pop it in there as well if we can. Yeah. Looks like our work here's done, bro. Ooh, yeah.
Lovely, easy as that.
Phil.
Okay.
Bad Boys 2. What's Tracy?
What?
Aviator. Maverick.
In my mind, I'm thinking of a question. Whew, all right, brother. The moment of truth.
Let's have a look.
Check it out.
Spotless.
Looks brand new.
It does. It
Yeah,
does.
actually, and that had so much oil on it.
So much.
As well as the
pot.
Come on. I thought with the turmeric especially, this thing was going to stay yellow forever.
I was amazed. Before we put the dishes in, they were dirty, oily, and full of food. And when we took them out, they were brand spanking new, smooth and shiny, like they're right out the box.
You could better put this on a ring and propose to someone. It looks like crystal, eh?
Come on.
Today was so much fun. I don't know what I was expecting, but it completely exceeded all of that. Just spending more time with Ryle and Robbie, with the mana, with the boys. It was so phenomenal.
Oh, it was phenomenal. It was great, eh?
It was so much
I love how
fun.
you all just,
Aw.
everybody in the cruise all together, all of your friends that you wanted to be there, everybody was invited that you wanted there. That's great. Fantastic.
We thought you don't eat cauliflower bunny chow, so we didn't invite you.
Oh, thank you so much.
You only like
but it's great. Bunny chow is fine, but if you would like to win and maybe get your own invite to something, how about standing a chance to win a Philips air fryer to the value of over 4,000 Rand? How do you win?
Well, you simply reply to the competition post on the Expresso social media pages and tell us this one question. What do you love about hosting friends?
Oh, wow, invites.
Don't forget to use hashtag entertaining with Sunlight and follow sunlight.za on Instagram and Facebook. Now, the competition does close on Sunday the 18th at midnight. T's and C's can be found on expressoshow.com.
Just a quick one. Zanele, would you have invited me to your bunny chow dishwashing, party?
I would have, Carl. I
Thank
don't
you.
know why they didn't invite you, friend. Bunny Charles raised me. Me and my family in December, we always used to
she's from
go
KZN,
to... we always used to go to Durban, and we always had to have Bunny Charles. So you know what? It reminds me of family, it reminds me of love, and when I think of that, I think of you, Carl. You know what I mean?
Thank you. I just wanted to find out if somebody still wants me. Thank you so much, Zanele. I appreciate that. But I mean, you know what? A bunny chow to be shared with you would be honestly on the bucket list already. So let's get that started. But you know what? It's going to be a fantastic show, of course. Not only bunny chow vibes, but also we invite you to stay with us on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. How did that feel? I don't know.
There are stories of creators, and we're inspired by them all. We invite you to write your story with us. Your story matters. Absa.
Oh, buddy, I don't even know, and everyone's been teasing me because I've been just like exploding with emotion for today. If I feel like this, because I know the path that you've been on and how much you've sacrificed and how much you've put into this, now that you've had a moment to come back down.
It's crazy because...
How are you, my brother?
Yeah.
Are you okay? Hey, dude.
Absolutely. Absolutely. I mean, it all happened. It's crazy because it feels like overnight, but I mean, this has been...
It's a life.
It's crazy. It all happened. It's
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. We missed you, and a happy Friday to you. So here's the thing, right? You can prepare for an explosive encounter as Dricus du Plessis, and still, I can tell you now, that's what I believe the word's going to be. He defends his middleweight world title against the legendary Israel Adesanya at UFC 305 in Perth, Australia. This high-stakes showdown on Sunday, 18 August 2024, promises to be a defining moment in UFC history, where two titans battle for ultimate supremacy in the octagon, and all the smack talk comes down to this one moment. And we've got a professional in to just make sure that we are purveying the situation the best way possible. Faiz, the troublemaker Jacobs, is alongside me, a former EFC bantamweight champion, joining us to chat about this epic encounter. So Faiz, welcome. It's great to have you on the show, my brother.
Good morning. It's good to be here.
Lovely.
Good to also share some of this knowledge and put things into perspective.
Thank you, because I don't think a lot of people know about the ins and outs of combat. But before we get there, can I set the scene for you?
Absolutely.
Because you said you liked this picture of Dricus and I on the Expresso pages. And the reason why is because we had Dricus in studio a few months back. And this is actually what this guy had to say after winning the middleweight title against Sean Strickland. Take a look.
It's crazy because it feels like overnight, but I mean, this has been...
It's a life.
10, 15 years in making. So when it all came together, you visualize this. I always knew I was going to be champion, or I believed that I was going to be champion.
Yeah.
And when it happens, there's nothing that can prepare you. Even mentally, how you visualize it doesn't compare. And coming home, to a thousand, I don't know how many people at the airport.
Yeah,
It was incredible. I mean, it was everything I hoped for and more, because I didn't even visualize that. Homecoming and spending a couple of days now just alone, just almost, like you say, taking it all in. And now doing the belt tour, it's absolutely incredible. I'm loving it.
I mean, that's the impact of a match like that. Great. Got the title, got the belt, fantastic. But naturally, the next thing is defending that title. And that man, Dricus du Plessis, only had one person on his mind to defend his title, and it's become a reality. So let's take a look at where that came from.
And you must feel it. Now, who's going to try to take that out of your hands? What's the ideal for you? Dana let that door wide open with speculation about the points in the fight, and so he's given himself the platform to line you up with whoever. Who do you want?
The Israel Adesanya fight is, for me, a fight that the world wants to see. It's a fight that the world deserves. The South African fans want to see it. Africa wants to see it, and I would love to see that fight take place here on home soil. That's in an ideal world what I would want.
And the fans, we must give them no choice.
No choice.
No choice.
And here we go. We have the fights happening this Sunday, nice and early in the morning, but we will be there to support our champ. Now, Faiz, let's talk about this, right? You want the fight. He's got the fight. I mean, you, as a fighter, having that particular opportunity to defend your belt against an opponent like Israel Adesanya, with so many different influences coming in, a lot of smack talk, a lot of offense from the other side, lots of training, pressure. You're in Australia. What is that build-up, do you think it's going to be like for Dricus leading up to Sunday?
First things first, I have to say this. He called out the best. He went for the biggest dog in the yard to prove he's the absolute champion.
Yeah.
I think that his psychology is beyond his years. I think that he's very sophisticated in his approach, and he's acting like the champion.
Yes.
He's saying to Israel, "You want this belt, you come take it from the champion." He's not playing himself small. He's claiming his position, and I think that's what he's going to do exactly in this fight. And that, I think, is his keys to victory, is for him to take up space, for him to be the more physical man in there, for him to show that he can put his presence on Israel Adesanya and not give him the space that many people have gone wrong allowing him to have.
Yes, because you can see the last style bender. He needs movement. He needs that sort of thing. He creates these little spaces in the octagon so he can do those big moves that look very good for camera. That's what I'm noticing about Adesanya's style. But Dricus, if you look at his shot rate, he's putting more strikes in per minute than Israel is. I saw that stat. 6.49 is the under strikes in a minute versus 3.63.
That is a very high work rate.
You understand?
And for a guy of that size, like people, when you are a lower fighter, a lower class, weight class fighter, you generally put out that type of output. But Dricus is putting this out as a middleweight.
That's
and
correct.
He's also backing that up with power.
Yeah.
He's so creative in how he does what he does. He's constantly changing the image of how he's bringing himself forward. It's a left hand, it's a right hand. He's shooting in on doubles. I think if he mixes this up and he really lets Israel Adesanya feel all his weapons, the power is just going to be too much for Israel to handle.
So we're talking about all the good stuff, right? Faiz, if you were to break them down, both of them weaknesses-wise, and what they can get on each other, what is Dricus vulnerable in that Israel could capitalize on, and vice versa? Just to analyze for a second before the fight.
I think if Israel can keep the distance and make the fight slower and pick shots over time and start to weaken Dricus in the legs and maybe start to weaken him in the body, he could potentially open up a gap. However, I think Dricus depends a lot on his momentum and how he builds as he fights. And I think his style just will automatically lead him to an advantageous position. As he fights, the fight will go more his way. And I just think he's a much better mixed martial artist. And this is not kickboxing, this is mixed martial arts.
I like the fight against Strickland. He was a lot more reserved in terms of his attack. I feel like there was a message that went to him saying that sometimes you go in a lot and you need to pick your moments a bit more. And that's exactly how he won that last fight. You know, usually he's the type of one that's so, you know, the way he goes in, but there was a reservation in him. And then he picked a moment and he went. And I love that about whatever the training is. I think that's fantastic. And I think it's an account for this particular fight. So, Faiz, in closing, Dricus versus Adesanya. I think that Adesanya's got a lot of the bookies going for him in this fight. Obviously, what is it for you? Very quickly.
I give it to Dricus in 4 rounds TKO.
Wow!
I think he can put Israel Adesanya down. And I think when he does, his physical presence is going to be so much that he will break him over the 4-round space.
It's going to be a fantastic battle. I am excited about it. Faiz, thank you so much for joining us, champ. It's going to be such an exciting battle. And, of course, on the same type of weekend where the Springboks are playing, there's something about it. Also, rumour has it that Eben Etzebeth and Seo Khaleesi are walking Dricus into the ring against Adesanya. There's no better compliment for South Africa than that. So if you love high-octane action and intense competition, then you're definitely in for a treat, because just last weekend, the EFC 116 delivered all the thrills we've come to expect. And World Sports Betting was right in the thick of it, from epic knockouts to edge-of-your-seat moments. It was an event to remember. So consider this a curtain raiser to what we can expect this weekend. Let's take a look.
Welcome to EFC 116.
This is the most exciting sport in the world.
Looking back at EFC over the last few years, we've seen a really big growth just globally in the sport itself, as more and more fans are getting into it and watching it. But certainly one of the biggest changes or catalysts, so to speak, has been Dricus du Plessis winning the UFC middleweight title at the beginning of 2024. That's just taken our growth to another level completely. It's been absolutely fantastic to see. So it's been an exciting time for us.
The elbows are continuing, and it's all done. It's over. What a win!
We expect big things from our EFC sponsorship, and I think it's never not delivered. Every single show is a better show. Every single fight's a better fight. You know, the fight that's coming up is exciting. So it's a sponsorship that we're very proud of and that we really enjoy. World Sports Betting has been looking at combat sport in a different way than most of our competitors for a long time. On most days, we're probably the only people even pricing up most of the fights, boxing, MMA, whatever it may be. So it's something that we sponsor out of passion as well, and we've seen it grow, we've seen it get bigger, we've seen it get better. The talent pool is growing. I like to think that we had something to do with that by putting our brand and our name behind it.
In total, over the last 15 years, we've had over 20 EFC athletes go on to compete in the UFC Octagon. It just shows how quickly the sport has developed in Africa. Having someone like Dricus, who is a former EFC athlete, former EFC champion, go on to the UFC and then win and become a UFC champion, it has completely uplifted all of mixed martial arts in South Africa and Africa, because all these other athletes that you're seeing competing here tonight and the other 200 athletes on our roster, they go, hold on, if Dricus can do that, we can do that. You know, often Africans and South Africans have a mentality that outside of Africa is better than in Africa. Dricus winning shows that it's not. You know, we're just as good as them or better.
The
that UFC Octagon has been the ultimate goal. For each and every athlete from SA who does MMA, UFC is the ultimate goal. For the fact that we have somebody there and somebody that started where we are today, and I just know that all of us here and everybody here that really wants to get there, we are all on the right track, and it's possible, it can happen. My advice to a young fighter coming up and wanting to step into the EFC or in any octagon, for that matter, anywhere around the world, time, sacrifice, you have to make this your number one. It has to be your passion. You have to have a heart for it. You have to really make time for it and go an extra mile. You know, do the things today that others won't do so that tomorrow you can have the things that others won't have.
My advice to someone that is young is firstly protect your head. You know, you have, especially if you're young, you need to come up the amateur ranks, you need to do it right, you need to be guided by knowledgeable coaches. Stay excited because people think we are years behind. We are not. We are on that level. We can compete with the best guys in the world.
When you see the athletes competing here at EFC, they've gone through a whole bunch of safety medical procedures beforehand. Obviously, there's still a risk when an athlete competes in this. It's a contact sport. So here on the night, we've got 4 trauma doctors, we've got 2 ambulances, we've got advanced life support, we've got down payments at the closest hospitals, we've got neurosurgeons on call. So we do a lot in case there is a serious injury or the athletes do need treatment.
Dricus du Plessis and Israel Adesanya. I hope Dricus takes it for the sport, for South Africa, for the continent. So, because we really want to have that UFC happen in SA. So, Dricus du Plessis, go make your boy proud, go make your country proud, and go take the title.
I'm South African, so my thoughts are very clear. They don't know what's coming. If you're a betting man like myself, your money better be on Dricus because there's no way he's losing that fight.
Incredible stuff. We just chatted to Faiz now, and from the EFC. Faiz also has a championship match coming up, which is going to be great. But MMA itself, you know, and that type of fighting style as well. Are you growing in terms of your knowledge?
I think so. I think with every single moment, I'm like, okay, maybe I could possibly try this maybe one day with a lot of protection around my head. Like a lot. They don't wear gear.
Well, when you train, you can wear gear if you want, but I mean, naturally, you're going to have to get the cheekbones involved eventually and the knuckles involved. But,
oh my God.
Zanele, just for you, very quickly, you know, with regard to Dricus du Plessis and Israel Adesanya coming up this weekend, the Good Morning Post today was around the fact that Dricus has got some strengths that could actually get, you know, him over the line in that fight against Israel. For you, what are some of Dricus' strengths, besides the fact that he's South African?
Thank you for your question. As a UFC expert, you know, what I think is, I'm joking, I only focus what's happening with Dricus. And I believe that our king has got all of the brute force fighting that he needs. I think that's where he's going to shine. But also, I think when it comes to submissions, if you take a look at both of these fighters, it is the king, Dricus, who in fact has got more wins by submission. And that's why I believe that he's going to use exactly that, because Israel actually has none. So I think that's where our king's strength lies. And I know we're going to take a win this weekend.
So, Zanele,
Vietnamese.
that's it. You don't understand. There's also that scientific term that we have as South Africans that Dricus has over Israel. And that's, what's the term? Domkrach. That's it. That's what it is. You know, right there. So we've got that and we're going to run it. You know what I'm saying, Zanele? Come on now.
Yes, of course, of course. I thought actually you were going to be talking about no DNA, just RSA. I feel like that's what Dricus is also just going to use, you know, to get him over the line.
Yes. That's it.
I'm so here for that spirit.
It's going to be a great matchup, of course. Nice and early on your Sunday morning, but it's going to be a beautiful time as well. And don't worry, more knockout action coming your way right here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
You're still on your Feel Good Breakfast show right here on S3. And my lovely good morning. I say so because it is good indeed when we have game doing the things that need to be done. And we are still getting the last few remnants of winter. You know what I mean? So we got to stay safe. We got to stay warm. We got to stay cozy. And game is helping us do that with their hot takes. And I believe that today you're going to be learning a little bit and knowing just how game is putting you on. So, of course, winter brings the chill, my friend. But we got something that's going to heat things up 100%. Get ready to throw out game stores as sizzling winter hot take deals, because look, we have to be within when we talk about us staying warm. I mean, the chance for you to walk away with a 2,000 Rand shopping voucher, that's what you deserve from Game, okay? So look, we're asking you, which winter hot take deals from Game stores are making you feel the warmth this winter? I know it is always incredible when we talk about our Game family coming here and spoiling us, but this is why you need to tell us, is it the ultra cozy electric blanket that's making your bed nice and warm? I know mine stays on the entire day, 24 hours. Or maybe a game-changing heater for those chilly nights. Which one is it? We want to hear from you. And honestly, I think that this morning, I know we each have something that's on our hearts, but I want to ask you, Carissa, my baby, which one is it for you? The winter deal that is absolutely making you really feel like, yeah, that's a hot take right there.
Oh my goodness, there are so many to choose from. It's like picking a favorite kid, but I've got to go with the Samsung TV as well as phone, because I don't know if you know, but my phone has been in repairs in LA. I have been off the grid for a while, and this deal sounds so good to me. Just under 13,000 Rand, you get that combo of a Samsung 70-inch as well as a Samsung AOS smartphone. So sign me up immediately, please.
Yes. I love that for you. You see, Carissa, this is why I trust you. You have the vision. You know what it is, okay? And obviously, Expresso family, when we talk about absolutely having everything that you need, it is our Game family that really has it on the pulse in terms of what it is that we also really love. So for me, I'm even talking about the JBL bar, the 800 Pro. Look, I believe that sound is what makes picture come to life. You know what I mean? So that amalgamation is always really, really great as well. And then, of course, the Xiamo robot vacuum. We want to keep ourselves clean. We want to keep our homes clean. And especially because we're going to be spending so much time in there, right? And Carissa, I want to ask you real quick, how great of an incredible job is Game doing when we talk about how hot these takes are?
No, they are doing the best job. I mean, if you're going to call up anybody to take care of us from our homes to our cell phone needs and our sound, like you said, Game is the person. We're good because Game's got us.
Yeah, baby, I love it. So look, Expresso family, we just put you on with Game putting you on, if we're being honest. And this is why you got to head over to your nearest Game store to visit, or visit their website. It is, of course, gamestores.co.za, and you could get unbeatable deals, but you got to go to the store or visit the website, and that is where you'll be able to do it. Right about now, though, I want to remind you that you can stand a chance to win a 2,000 Rand shopping voucher simply by replying to the competition post on Expresso's social media pages and tell us which winter hot take deals from Game stores are making you feel the warmth this season. Don't forget to use hashtag #GotGame. And remember that the competition closes on Sunday, the 16th of August. T's and C's do apply, and you can find them at expressoshow.com. But my friend, why wouldn't you want a 2,000 Rand shopping voucher from Game, eh? It is a hot take indeed, and it's allowing us to finish off winter in the best way possible.
So, you know, gents, that it's important for us to look after ourselves. You know how it goes. So, I'm not sure you know this, but L'Oreal Paris have decided to redefine men's grooming by an epic collab with our Bokke, that's right, Cheslin Colby and Faf de Klerk. And what they want to do is ensure that men's grooming is top-notch. And that's why Harmony went to go join the Men Expert campaign to check out what is going down with L'Oreal Paris and this all-new campaign. Let's take a look.
If there's anybody who can bring two worlds together, it's L'Oreal Paris, and tonight is no different. We are celebrating two South African rugby stars, Faf de Klerk and Cheslin Colby, who have partnered with L'Oreal Paris to redefine men's grooming.
Faf, you're looking as energized as a baby Springbok, or a well-executed lineout, or a perfect pass out of the scrum, or winning the World Cup. My man!
Cheslin, I want to know, when L'Oreal called, what made you say yes?
No, obviously, once the opportunity came to be a part of such a massive
global brand, it's a no-brainer just to see the amazing work they've done in the past with the ambassadors, and for me to be a part of that now it's really amazing. And yeah, I'm learning the background of things and how they do things behind the scenes, and I must say really exciting for this partnership.
You're clearly a L'Oreal men expert. Can you tell us about the range?
Yeah, no, the men expert range is not a new one. It's been in the market for quite a long time, but for me personally, super excited. I'm always a guy that takes good care of my skin, and to have a brand like L'Oreal get some product and make use of that, from the pure carbon to the hydro energetic, it's been unbelievable, and there's been a lot of progress for me personally. Yeah, I can definitely just see the difference.
Faf, what got you excited about partnering with L'Oreal?
Yeah, I think it's just it's a global brand. I think everybody in the world knows L'Oreal. So yeah, I was very honored to get the chat to them, and yeah, I was very excited to join up. Obviously, their range is amazing, and yeah, it's done wonders for myself and for the people around me. But yeah, it's just an honor to be a part of such a big brand.
You're a star on the rugby field, but you're quickly becoming a star in the grooming world. Can you tell us how this partnership has upped your game?
Yeah, I think just having the proper advice to what to use. I mean, I think the range of products suits me really well, and since then, just using the range helped me a lot. The plump range is great, especially after long flights and stuff like that. The little spray comes in handy really well just to freshen up, so just a great product for myself.
How does it feel being part of L'Oréal Paris, and do you now consider yourself a hunk?
I'm not too sure about that.
Ayanda, it's no surprise that you are looking gorgeous.
Thank you.
So tell us, what does this partnership mean for L'Oreal?
Joe, it means a lot, right? I mean, as a country, winning the World Cup, and I think as a country we can continue to brag about that. But on a serious note, from a brand perspective, working with two icons that are role models to young men in this country, it just means a lot.
Faf and Cheslin are incredible guys, and there's probably a list of other amazing people, but how did you go about choosing them for your partnership?
Can I just say it was not easy, right? Because every single member of the Springboks is amazing. But we really went with Faf's luscious locks, you know, when he flips the hair. Yeah. And Cheslin's just great skin. And we didn't boil it down to that, but, you know, it just kind of was like, let's go with the two guys, yeah.
So what last words do you have for all the men out there?
You're worth it.
For you guys, what was the highlight of this evening?
Oh, there's a lot. I think just seeing the excitement on everyone's face, that's the main thing. Just seeing everybody happy, enjoying themselves, and just enjoying their time.
Same for me, to latch on to what Faf said, just to see everybody full of energy, enjoying the evening, and what Ayanda and Andreas has put in for tonight is really amazing, and yeah, a lot of excitement going ahead, and yeah, look forward to that.
What an inspiring evening. Oh man, Faf and Cheslin have definitely reminded us that as men, your grooming and self-care is worth it. For all this and so much more, make sure you shop or visit at L'Oréal Paris on Instagram.
They couldn't have chosen better. That's fantastic. I mean, what do you think of taking expert care of your skin and hair? I mean, I feel like it's important to do so. And you know what? The conversion is always going to be better for you. So give it a shot or try. Now, let us know on our social media pages using hashtag Faf and Cheslin X L'Oreal in your answer, because we're worth it. And shop their products and follow at L'Oréal Paris on Instagram. And of course, you could be a winner. So well done to Cheslin and Faf. And also good luck to them this weekend.
Faf, you're looking as energized as a baby Springbok, or a well-executed line-out, or a perfect pass out of the scrum, or winning the World Cup. My man!
L'Oreal Men Expert Hydra Energetic. We're all worth it.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Oh, you're still on your Feel Good Breakfast show right here on S3. And look, my friends, there have been some news that have come through. Look, I think that there's been some billboards that have been taken over. Guys?
Are you saying billboards been taken over, like almost... But what have they been taken over by? I just want to know very quickly what's happening.
I don't know. It looks like our billboards have been hijacked by Melon. Like, I'm not 100% sure. It looks like the fruits are calling the show now, I think.
This makes a lot of sense, doesn't it? No, it doesn't. They're just saying the billboards are hijacked by a melon, so it's basically like a fruit vibe. Is that the vibe?
Guys, I'm like confused here. What's going on? Wait. Okay, should we take a little bit of a closer look, Carl?
Please do. I'll try to define what you mean by a melon and a billboard.
I'm also confused. Okay, let's check this out.
Okay. What is that? Okay.
I also don't know. Wait.
Oh, okay. I see. I think.
Ah.
No, I see. Okay, melon. There we go.
Melon.
It makes sense. So that so a melon's taken over though.
What is the sense that it's making?
It's making sense because I think that the fruit, it's not a fruit itself, right? It's melon. I feel like it's Melon Mobile. I feel like it's that. That's what I'm saying, Zanele. Tell us more.
Okay, all right. It looks like Melon has taken over, and of course we're talking about Melon Mobile. Sneaky, oh my goodness. Because look, apparently we're able to try them out for 14 days, friend. And this is really, really lovely because it is for free. How crazy, Carl?
No, I love the fact, you know what, if I look at that, that's the best type of takeover ever because it's catchy and it's got a very, very good layer over these other ads and what they mean. So this is fantastic. But then I saw something with unlimited and then I got interested. What is that?
Exactly, that's the thing. Look, when we talk about certain, packages or even certain providers, there's always like a cap. No, friend, there is unlimited. It's big things, and I think we're going to be finding out more about it, Carl.
Well, then that's exactly what I'm here for, because so it's not a fruit, it's Melon Mobile. And it's taking over billboards for good reason, because if there's going to be a deal this good, do you really want to look at anything else but Melon Mobile?
No. I'm fine. I'm good where we are. I'm happy here. Thank you very much.
Well, there we go. So Melon Mobile taking over billboards, but hopefully taking over as your service provider very, very soon. So watch this space for more updates as Melon Mobile begins to take over. But it's time for news here on your Feel Good Breakfast Show, and Carissa is standing by without a Melon Mobile billboard.
It's just gone 8 o'clock, and yes, the chaos is going to be left on the other side of 8 because we need to get into your national news for the final time this morning. Minister in the Presidency for Women, Youth and Persons with Disabilities, Sindisiwe Chikunga, emphasized the need for a holistic approach to tackle gender-based violence and femicide, or GBVF. Speaking during a dialogue on women, democracy and leadership at UNISA, Chikunga stressed the importance of addressing both immediate and underlying causes of GBVF. She reiterated that effectively combating the crisis requires a comprehensive and multifaceted approach. The event, hosted in collaboration with UNISA and UN Women, focused on women's representation and the administrative strategies necessary for a gender-responsive government. The state has withdrawn the case against 95 Libyan nationals arrested at a secretary military training camp in Mpumalanga. The legal representatives argued that they had done nothing wrong. Police and Department of Internal Affairs officials raided the camp a few weeks ago. National Prosecuting Authority spokesperson Monica Nuswa told the SABC that the state's evidence was inefficient to prosecute. The case has now been handed over to the Department of the Interior, and the suspects are expected to be deported within the next 48 hours. Moving on to international news, Sweden confirmed its first Mpox case yesterday, marking the first occurrence outside of Africa. This follows the WHO's declaration of the disease as a global public health emergency for the second time in 2 years. Olivia Wigsell, Director General of the Swedish Public Health Agency, said the infected individual contracted Mpox while visiting a part of Africa experiencing a large outbreak. The WHO's announcement came after a serious outbreak in the Democratic Republic of Congo, spreading to neighboring countries, highlighting the disease's transmission through close contact. Now, a new round of ceasefire talks in Doha, Qatar, began yesterday, focusing on Gaza and the release of hostages. However, there is uncertainty about Hamas's participation. President Joe Biden accused Israel of adding new conditions to the proposals in late May, while Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu claims it is Hamas seeking changes. The peace talks stalled after the assassination after Hamas's political leader and chief negotiator Ismail Haniyeh. Over 40,000 people have died in Gaza since Hamas's attack on Israel on October 7th last year. Now we touch base with our new Miss South Africa as our last story for this morning, where the family of Mia LaRue says that despite her hearing impairment, she has always been a kind, hardworking and determined person. She received a cochlear implant at the age of 2. Her mother, Liesl LaRue, says they were concerned about her future, but their daughter showed she was capable of more than they could have ever imagined. Mia grew up in Oudtshoorn, Little Karoo, and thrived against the odds. Now, her family, initially worried about her future, watched in awe as she tackled every obstacle with grace. The 28-year-old, who was a marketing manager in Cape Town, became the first Miss South Africa with a disability, showing the world that resilience knows no bounds. We can definitely all take a page out of Mia's books, and congratulations once again from your Feel Good Breakfast Show. Well, that wraps up your news. Let's have a last look at your sports. Here's Carl.
All right, let's wrap it up for you. And the Poch seems to have a job again. Mauricio Pochettino has reportedly agreed to become the new head coach of the United States national team. The 52-year-old former Chelsea manager who left the club in May is set to replace Greg Berhalter. And Pochettino's appointment comes as the U.S. prepares to co-host the 2026 World Cup alongside Mexico and Canada. Now, staying with football, Lehlonolo Sima has been reappointed as head coach of Sekhukhune United following the sudden exit of German coach Peter Hibala last weekend. Now, Sima, who led the club for half of last season before being suspended and later fired, returns to the helm. Hibala, who joined in June, left shortly after Sekhukhune's top 8 defeat to Cape Town City amid allegations of misconduct. Now, a big match coming up this weekend. Of course, all of the speculation of changes. And Marika Kerabete and Angus Bell returns to Wallabies' lineup for their second Rugby Championship test against the Springboks in Perth. Bell will team up with Josh Nasser, who gets his first test start, and captain Alan Alalatua in the front row. Karabete replaces the injured Filipino Dagunu on the wing, joining Andrew Kellaway and Tom Wright in the back three. Nick White is also making his first start of the 2024 campaign, pairing with Noah Lolesio in the halves at Optus Stadium, an exciting match in prospect as well. And wrapping us cricket, now Guyanese fast bowler Shamar Joseph delivered a sensational 5-wicket haul on home soil, skittling the Proteas for just 160 runs on the opening day of the second test in Georgetown. Vian Mulder then ripped through the West Indies' top order with 4 for 18, leaving the hosts reeling at 97 for the loss of 7, trailing by 63 runs after a dramatic day where 17 wickets fell on a pitch that heavily favoured the Seamers. Of course, a fantastic weekend of action with the Bokke, and good luck to Drikkers as well. Make sure you enjoy that and get all of that autopsy on Monday on your Feel Good Breakfast Show. But that wraps up sport for now. Let's get you to work.
Let's have a look at your traffic indeed, especially as we gear up for such a beautiful weekend. We don't want it ruined by you being stuck, right? Let's start off in KZN, KwaDukuza. There's been an accident north of the N2. Recovery is in progress. Heavy delays are being experienced, so avoid the affected area and make use of an alternative route to accommodate your journey. Taking a look in Gauteng, Benoni. There are ongoing roadworks on the R21 southbound between Benoni and Pomona Road. 2 lanes are closed, resulting in delays. Plan your route accordingly and exercise caution while driving, please. Speaking of caution, there is some caution that must be taken when we talk about our weather. Let's get to it. So the South African Weather Service has come forward and issued a yellow level 4 warning for damaging waves, which are expected to disrupt beachfront activities between Port Edward and Richards Bay in the morning. Extremely high fire danger conditions are anticipated over the central and northern parts of the Northern Cape, as well as in Dr. Beyer's Nordia, Inxuba, Yetemba, and parts of Inokamgijima municipalities in the Eastern Cape. Additionally, a heat wave with persistently high temperatures is expected over the Alfred and Zor District Municipality in the Eastern Cape until Sunday. Now, we also asked you at the beginning of the show to please share your sunrise photos. You know we want to see what's happening on your side of life, which is right about now. I want to say a very big thank you to Amanda from Simonstown. My love, you must get a job in photography because this looks like an absolute beautiful view of what looks like almost a picture out of what I call one of my favorite movies. It is the Pirates of the Caribbean. I feel like Captain Jack Sparrow is just going to come out and be there with his pirates. It looks absolutely stunning and it is so picturesque. Thank you so much for it, Amanda. And if you have not sent yours as yet, 063-408-8863 every single morning. We want to see what you see. Now, in terms of the temperatures, here's what you can expect all throughout Mzansi.
The mother city and beyond throughout the whole of Saudi. And listen, I come with even more good news because you could hit it lucky when you play Powerball and Powerball Plus for 54 million Rand in total estimated jackpots this Friday. Now get your weekend started off nicely, okay? What are you waiting for? Play Powerball for an estimated 46 million Rand and Powerball Plus for an estimated 8 million Rand today. Now you can buy your tickets a couple of ways. You can either head in store or over to the nationallottery.co.za website from your couch. It's super easy. Or you could head onto the mobile app. Cell phone banking is also at your fingertips, or simply dial *120 *7529 hash for all USSD. Now, all of these details, of course, have been posted on our Expresso social media pages, so don't forget to check them out as you're scrolling through the socials today. And Panda Pusha play Powerball and Powerball Plus for 54 million Rand in total estimated jackpots today, and you could just become a huge winner. I can't wait for you.
We're going to be winners, okay, because, you know, it's a Friday, so there's something special coming your way. Coming your way also, Blueprints of Change, women leading the way. We're going to take a look at that. And these talented people around me, they're called the Exhibit Dance Crew, and they're going to do the Expresso Friday dance. Right here in your Feel Good Breakfast Show. Stay here.
Beat even the most stubborn cough with tartrazine-free Expigen cough syrup, effectively relieving congestion by loosening phlegm to let you breathe more freely. Better still, 2 lucky Expresso viewers each stand the chance to win 4,000 Rand cash by answering the questions on the Expigen competition post on Expresso's social media pages, using hashtag @CarkOTCWinter in your answer. Competition closes 16th August. T's and C's on expressoshow.com.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Feeling Good continues here on S3. It is Expresso, and my love, we have been celebrating Women's Month the best way we know how, which is by celebrating incredible women. And this morning, this is a PSA to all of you ladies out there. Remember to take up space. It is your right as a woman to do so. And this morning, we get to sit down with somebody who embodies exactly that. I'm talking about Celeste Ntuli, who is the head of personalization at Absa. And today, we're getting to have a chat about her and absolutely everything she's been doing over the last couple of years that has made her the boss woman that she is today. Everyone, let's welcome Lihle, please. How are you?
Good, thank you.
That's good. Thank you for joining us, making time for us, because I know you're a busy lady.
Thank you so much for having me.
Of course. Lihle, I want to ask you first and foremost, because I know you started off at a construction company. Now, all these years later, you're working at Absa. Can you take us through that journey in terms of your career?
Sure. So, yeah, like you mentioned, I did start off my career on construction sites, wearing safety boots and hard hats, which was really fun. I think it was always a dream of mine to be on construction sites, see the impact of the work that I'm doing. At some point in my career, I wanted something bigger. I wanted to experience, mega projects, multi-billion rand projects. And that's when I found myself in management consulting. And my initial sort of plan was to do consulting and then kind of go back into industry and apply those learnings. But I found myself actually finding more passions that I actually experienced throughout. So I did a lot of service operations, sales operations, and digital transformations while I was at the management consulting firm. And that's how I then ended up in financial services. So I served quite a few banks within the East Africa space. And now I'm at Absa, and I'm applying sort of all of those learnings into what I do today.
Beautiful. I love how you traded the safety boots for some heels, girl.
Exactly.
I think it speaks to the I'm every woman, because we can be. But speaking of every woman, it's always so much better to have mentors. People are able to sort of guide you. Can you speak to us in terms of how it is that mentorship has played a role in your success?
Oh, mentorship has played a huge role in my success, even from when I was still on site, into management consulting, and currently now at Absa. So I think in terms of mentorship, being able to find people who look like you, who have done the things that you aspire to be able to do, and also people who actually don't look like you. So leaning on the expertise of people who have very, very different experiences, so that you avoid kind of the group think and the group experience in terms of how you then get led. But it also does create, that need to actually also pay it forward. So being able to, recognize people within the environments that you're in, and seeing, where do some people need some, that hand of encouragement over time. And, what are some of the lessons that you've learned over your career that you can then share with them and be able to mentor others. So I think mentorship has played a huge role in where I am today, and being able to overcome some of the tough challenges of these industries that I've played in.
Beautiful. And speaking of those obstacles, actually, what are some of those that you had to overcome in order to get to where you are? But more than anything else, the ones that really taught you big lessons?
Yeah, so I think the transition out of industry into sort of a corporate environment has been a very challenging one for me. I think I suffered a lot from imposter syndrome, which I think is fair, right? You're moving from a place where you were an expert, you knew exactly what you were doing, you were learning, you were growing, into a space that's completely different. And the way people think and how you deal with the environment that you're in is very different. And in consulting, there was a lot of interactions with C-suite people in organizations where you're advising them on how to, take their strategies forward. And then similarly in the Absa environment as well, dealing a lot with senior executives as well. So I think that imposter syndrome had been, something that I struggled with quite a bit. But I think, again, through mentorship, having someone who can bounce off, some of these experiences, and they help you think through, how to think about, dealing with certain situations, and having that mirror that says, actually, you've done this before. You actually are competent. You deserve a seat at that table. And how do you, bring that into the experiences that you then have, has been how I've dealt with that particular challenge.
Yes, and you know what, I always appreciate when people bring in the things that they've struggled with, such as imposter syndrome, because I feel like almost everyone goes through it.
Exactly.
Yeah, and it's always so good to be able to have those conversations, because I feel like you free someone else by letting them know that they're not alone, but also there is a way to overcome it. So speaking of overcoming, there's a lot of young women out there that are looking to people like you know, trying to overcome that imposter syndrome and wanting to also possibly be where you are one day. What advice would you give to them, Kawelihle, just to kind of let them know that, you know what, it is difficult, but you can do it, and particularly, you know, as someone that has thrived in a male-dominated industry?
Yeah, so I think there's a couple of things I would say to young women looking to, you know, progress in their careers.
Yes.
So I think the first is to actually take charge and lead by example. So when you are in situations where there's an opportunity for you to hold the pen on the whiteboard, get up there and, you know, lead the conversation, take those opportunities, because they do give you that visibility of saying, actually, this person is very interested in this role. They actually are proactive and etc. I think the second piece, I think, would be about building resilience. I think the industries are tough and you need to have a thick skin. So knowing that there's a very big difference between feedback that's work-related and feedback that's personal. And 9 times out of 10, the feedback that you do get in the working environment is actually about your work and being able to listen attentively to what that feedback is and then being able to actually, you know, close those development areas. I think the third one would be about, you know, building the credibility of, you know, what you do. So making sure that either you're getting the education that you need, you're getting the in sort of training experience, you're continuously learning, so that when you do walk into a room, you know what you're talking about and you have that credibility, and then that will ensure that you're actually thriving in those spaces. And I think the last one I would say is just being authentic. I think when we are females in these spaces, we tend to want to, you know, bring a more masculine side. And I think wearing a mask is hard. And once you get to tough situations and you're still carrying the mask, it becomes more difficult to actually, you know, perform under pressure because you're carrying 2 different burdens. For being your authentic self, I think leading with empathy and bringing your best self can actually be more beneficial to you.
Amazing. And there's power in vulnerability. There is power in it. Lihle, we appreciate you. Thank you for leading the way, and thank you for being such a beautiful example of taking up space. We appreciate you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Oh, my goodness. I love it. We celebrate women not just in Women's Month here on Expresso all throughout the year, but it is always a huge spotlight on them in the month of August. And thank you for doing so with us, Expresso fam. And if you did not know, there was a beautiful quote by Harriet Beeker that said, if you want to empower a society, the women are the real architects of that. And that is where you find that power. It is always so lovely to have these conversations. And I tell you this much, we're going to be having more and more of them. Of course, it is the head of personalization at Absa. Her name is Kawelihle Ntuli. Or rather, forgive me, Kawelihle. And this today is where we get to say, yes, there are women who are leading us and making it so much easier for us to see ourselves in them. And this is what it's about.
There are stories of believers, and we're inspired by them all. We invite you to write your story with us. Your story matters. Absa.
You know, we've been like this for like 10 minutes already. I think it's about time we get up, right? Okay, let's get up. Well, it's that time of the morning where we move the coffee table, because get out of bed, move to the smooth moves, of course, Exhibit. Now, they're the junior version of the award-winning dance crew EXO Empire. Yes, you heard it right. I said multi-award-winning dance crew. But this morning we got their youngsters who will bring their A game and show Mzansi how it is done. This is Exhibit Dance Crew for the Expresso Friday Dance. Move the coffee table.
After the ultimate world blast that ended all from the underground up. Let's get it on. Bounce, 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 bounce. When I come through, hit y'all with the 1-2. Freak y'all niggas out, y'all know what to do. Break full, make all of y'all people wanna come through. Feel the force from my shit kicking like it was kung fu.
Once you rewind. Hey, I'll let you know. I'll let you know. Hey, I'll let you know.
Chap chap in the bando, I don't wanna look like you. Chap chap in the bando, I don't wanna look like you. Chap chap in the bando, I don't wanna look like you. Chap chap in the bando, I don't wanna look like you. Chap chap in the bando, I don't wanna look like you. Chap chap in the bando, I don't wanna look like you. Chap 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 chap. look like you. No, I don't wanna look like you. Look like you. Chap in the bando, I don't wanna look like you.
He looked at me and said like, where we at though? I'm like, it's some awesome. It's some awesome. Black Knight. Yeah.
Bit better have my money.
I'm the king. Come on.
Come on! Come, stay just like that. Stay just like that. Stay there. Sorry. That's Exhibit, all right? Part of EXO Empire. These are the juniors. They are super talented and amazing. They can be very proud of themselves. They are fantastic. A little bit later, the EXO Empire senior squad, Explicit, is coming your way on your Feel Good Breakfast show. So make sure you continue to leave the coffee table on its side. You're going to need to dance again. You guys are amazing. Eh? Well done. Lean back. Lean back. Lean back. Lean back. Lean back. Oh, we are so good at that.
It's my Feel Good Breakfast Show.
Oh, Expresso family, it's still so nice to be with you. And the beautiful thing is we're not going anywhere for now. We still need to dance. We still need to have some more conversations. And also, we still need to help you out when it comes to some painting tips, okay? You know, Plason has always got us. And this morning, we're getting to hear from specialists from Paintsmith in Hermanus. And friend, they are not just specialists for a small reason. It's for big reasons. Check this out.
Powered by Plason, today's handy heroes come from Paintsmith Hermanus.
So we Paintsmith Hermanus, we version 3.0, and the reason for the 3.0 is we moved 3 times. So hopefully this is our final destination. We've expanded the store a bit. We've brought a whole new customer section in. So we've got a whole new color walls here, Plason colors, some of our custom colors. And then we've got a whole new tinting bay with all our new machines. So we have full-on Plason and Mida store. Where we've taken it from to where we're now. In 6 years, we've grown it quite a bit. We've serviced Hermanus. We basically do anything you need for your painting needs. I think the best thing is just people come in here and they actually trust us what we do, and then we help them with their projects. We go out of our way to make things happen, and we try and do the best for our customer and make sure that the projects run as they want it and make sure they've got the right products on the wall. Because I've stayed at the store, we've been at the Plason brand, and they've got good products and it's products you can trust, and they've got a good support network. So yeah, so it's an easy product to go to. My favorite Plason product is Velvaglow. It's very user-friendly. Least of our problems we find is with Velvaglow. And the application, especially in the DIY industry, Velvaglow is always easy to do, where some of the other products you need a bit of more technical skill. So yeah, I would say Velvaglow. My DIY tip would be ask as many questions you can and let the guys come out and actually show you what they're going to do. Just buying a tin of paint for a certain price doesn't mean it's going to do what you want it to do. And that's where most of the misperception comes in around paint. People believe something is either expensive or cheap, but if you can look at the detail, it's what actually tells you what the right product is.
Handy Heroes, powered by Plason. Together, we've got this.
Oh, we love our handy heroes with Plason, showing us the DIYs of life in the best way that we can actually make sure that our homes look beautiful, but, you know, with some nice tips and tricks. So, Carl, I want to ask you, if you were to be revamping something in your home, you know, with the help of Plason and our handy heroes, what would you be revamping, friend?
Well, it would be my bathroom. You know, when I did my bathroom, unfortunately, the person that did it, they kind of botched it a lot. So what I'll do is I'll probably do 3-wall tile, and then the fourth, I'll probably do a feature wall with some Plason. I think it'll be fantastic. So that's the vibe that I'd go for, and I'd use something that's going to be textural. I think it'll be a nice complement to the tiles that I'll choose. But that's my sort of feature that I want to actually work on. It's something that is sort of in the pipeline for the future when I get some time. But what about you?
Oh, I love that, Carl. I think that you just made me realize I want to do my bathroom as well. But one that I have started doing, I'll speak to you about this, is actually my room. I mean, my room has been white for the longest time. Not too long ago, I started moving things around. I changed the direction of my bed and things like that. But now I'm like, you know what? A nice color to my room might make things, you know, just a little bit brighter, especially as we go into the summer months. You know what I mean?
I think it's important for us to also look at the fact that we live in our homes and the seasons change outside. And we have to reflect a little bit of the outside in. So summer, the lighter colors should come in, and then we can do the warmer autumn colors as the colder months come in. So I think that's perfectly fine to make sure that your room and the world outside connects in some way. And I think a good lick of paint is actually the best way to do it.
I love it. Ooh, you seem like a handy hero specialist there, Carl. I like it for you.
That's me.
Nice, thank you. Oh, yes, we love it. Our Expresso family, we have our handy heroes coming out and helping us out all the time with Plason, and it is absolutely incredible.
Cracks start to show. Our strength and resilience is legendary. Micatex, strong enough to endure anything.
Well, speaking about house renovations, let's get into the topic of rechanging your space. And today, architectural designer Sunglass Hut is here to share and guide with us into refreshing our living and bedroom spaces for spring in particular, because yes, it is coming and it's knocking, from light fabrics and textures to ambient lighting and the perfect decor. We'll learn how to bring the essence of spring into our homes. Thank you so much for being here. And I'm seeing this very delectable spread before me. It's very tempting to want to get in the bed.
We should just get into bed.
We should literally just get into bed together. But let's talk about fabrics, right, that we can change going from the colder winter seasons into the light, airy spring. What are we looking at?
So, Carissa, I think we're looking at cotton. Cotton is breathable. Egyptian cotton is so luxurious, and at the moment at Woolworths they have 200 thread counts. It's a real luxury to invest in, but I think it just elevates a room, and most importantly, a good season starts with good sleep, so invest in your bedding. This is this most beautiful brand new palm print. And you know what I love about it is if you have a dark room already, it elevates it and lightens it with a neutral background. And if you have a very light bedroom, it anchors it with the dark motifs on the bed. So it's something interesting, it's beautiful, it's luxurious, it's breathable, it's the perfect start to your new seasonal bedroom.
And I love that. You know, they say we sleep a third of our lives. So I think making sure your bedroom is actually your sanctuary is absolutely vital. Well, let's get into some of the elements that really scream spring. I'm seeing some things going on here. Maybe you can take me through it.
Absolutely. So, okay, so like we said, start with great bedding, invest in that, and then just layer it up. Even though we're going from winter to the warmer months, a light throw, there are so many different options at Woolworths, is so perfect, especially for an afternoon snooze when you don't want to get into your actual bedding. Okay, and we all love an afternoon snooze.
We do, it's necessary.
Layer it up with scatters. You can lighten your room with beautiful scatters. These are interesting. They can change up the whole feeling with the baubles, exactly. Neutrals, again, beautiful textures and different textures, contrasting against each other. It adds interest, and it just creates that moment in your bedroom.
Yeah.
And then think about things like your bedside tables behind you. I mean, you know, bedside tables you can swap between rooms. That also elevates a room, makes it feel a little bit changed.
Yes.
Bedside lights, so important for ambient lighting. You don't only want those overhead lights on. You want to just put something more romantic on.
In fact, switch those off.
Switch those off. Don't even have them. And then, of course, they're just little, I always say a clean room with less clutter, but just little moments like mirrors with a beautiful timber frame. It adds warmth. It's got like an ergonomic feel to it.
Yes.
Beautiful textured vases. Fill them with some dried flowers that you don't have to change the whole time.
Right.
And you know, and that just creates a room that is easily adaptable when you go into the next season. But it just creates a sanctuary. It's so important that your bedroom is a sanctuary. Candles and scent as well.
Scents are so important to me.
So important.
I want to smell the room before I even enter into it, you know?
Absolutely.
And just be surrounded by that warmth. I'm curious as to what your favorite items or top picks are from Woolworths. I know it's hard to choose, but if you could select a couple.
So I have to say it's a little bit strange, but Woolworths at the moment has the most beautiful selection of interior books.
Oh.
I love books. Like,
Yes.
just give me a beautiful coffee table book and I'm just like, so the fact that you can now buy like really luxurious, big coffee table books from Woolworths, I love this for gifts for oneself.
Yes.
And you know, a book is just, I mean, a book is a book. So
Yes.
yeah. More than that, just it's got a great selection of bedding in all sorts of ranges, not only Egyptian cotton, also. And so I think that's so great because you just, like I say, it's the first and the most layered. You know, get into a good bed with beautiful linen.
And you know what? We're so busy. Life is so demanding. Just to be able to be enveloped and covered and hugged in your bed, it's the best feeling at the end of the day, right?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Okay, so you are an expert in the space, and I'm definitely taking notes from you as we're going. If you could give us one, maybe two tips that somebody needs to take when they're going into the next season, what would you say?
I would say, first of all, do a good declutter for your soul. And then just invest in one or two pieces that are for you. And that's why I think a bedroom is so great, because it's your personal space and it's just for you. Mirrors are wonderful because they let the outside into your room, whether you have a big space or a small space. Mirrors add magic, and they don't need to be about looking into, but they could just be about reflecting the view next to your bedroom.
Beautiful.
So those are the things
Never
that I
really
would
thought
say.
about that, actually. Because, you know, you're always looking at yourself, but it's like, what is
No.
outside?
Yeah, it's absolutely a changing art piece.
I'm here for that. Well, I wanted to touch on something before we wrap, and that's color, because I know that autumn winter is all about the tonal and the textures. Are we expecting a little bit of color going into spring, summer?
I think that we're going to see a lot of greens again. We're going to see like the greens coming through. Neutral is, for me, I'm very comfortable in neutrals. I just think that you can layer neutrals up and that it'll always keep you calm. But yes, absolutely. We're going to be seeing we're going to be seeing spring colors in the greens and stuff. And then those beautiful browns and all of that are still going to remain with us. Those terracottas and all of that, that's going to remain with us. So there are lots of options.
Yes, I'm here for the options. That's what we want. How about rugs? I know that we stick to them when it's winter because it's nice and warm, but are they going to make an appearance when it comes to the warmer seasons?
A select few Woolworths are actually, they have some Hertex rugs as options, which is so great because I think they're bringing out brilliant rugs at the moment. And yeah, that's such a good sort of example to bring out, because adding a rug, it need not cover the whole room, but just on the side of the bed or at the bottom of the bed. Even a smaller rug that you can use on the bed for luggage if you don't want to mess up your beautiful linen. So thinking creatively like that. Rugs definitely add a layer, and you can move them around rooms so that you can change different spaces.
Yeah, we forget that we can do that, right?
We do. We
Your
totally
home is
forget.
yours. You can do whatever you want.
Things. Yeah.
I love that, and I love a refresh too.
Exactly.
So taking those tips. Thank you so much.
Such
From
a pleasure.
the expert to your homes, give your bedroom that summer holiday feel with Woolworths. Shop this look and more homeware items in store, online, and of course on the app. Plus, revamp your space with 40% off selected Hertex rugs until the 25th of August 2024. Of course, T's and C's apply, and here's to happy homemaking.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome to your Feel Good Breakfast Show. I'm feeling good today. It is the most amazing day, Friday, and it's Expresso. So, you know, spring is approaching quite fast, and we start thinking about our wardrobe, you know, what we're wearing for the warmer weather, and its accessories as well. Let's not forget about the accessories. And I had the pleasure of visiting Sunglass Hut at the waterfront and used their in-store digital tool that gave me access to a wide array of products. Plus, I even got to customize my very own pair of shades, which I named myself. To find out that name, take a look at this. Good morning. My name's Carl Wasty. In case you and I have never met, I'm here at Sunglass Hut here in the waterfront to get my own sunglasses customized. That's right. You've heard it with a license plate, but now you can do it with a pair of sunglasses. Let's take a look. Hi, Tasha Lee.
Good morning, Carl. How are you?
Lekker. I want to ask about customization. I'm very excited about it. I think this is a new, innovative way of putting your personal brand on something. So how do I go about it?
So you choose your frame of your liking. There's about 23 models that you can do a fully customization on. I highly recommend the Wayfarer for your shape. I think it will suit your face features very, very well. It's a super timeless frame, and I think it's something you can really express your emotions and your personality on.
Okay, Wayfarer sounds fantastic. Can we call it a Wastyfarer? Is that fine?
That's perfect.
Right, can we do that?
We can call it whatever we want to.
I was actually going to ask you about a little bit of initials, like on the frame. Is that even possible?
100%. You're able to do that using our digital tool, and I'll show you all about it.
Okay, let's go check it out.
This is all the options you have available.
Yeah.
There's plenty that you can choose from, but we're going in with our original Wayfarer.
Original Wayfarer. This is so
correct.
cool.
So I also think the size 50 would be perfect for your face features. This will be the XXL.
Yeah, 50 is good.
So we'll go in with the 50. We have an option of changing the lenses. This will be all the models and the colors available that you can actually play around to fully customize your frame to your own liking.
That's so cool.
We have some amazing options that you can do available on your frame.
All right. And obviously you want the frame and the lens to almost
speak to one another. You want them to complement each other. So we're just playing around to see what they are looking like. So that's actually just your front section. So the front will be like a nice transparent blue effect with the blue lenses.
I love it. It's kind of giving like summer is coming.
Fun, but still a subtle and a calm vibe.
Yes, please. I want that one. Is that okay?
Happy. I absolutely love these ones for you.
Yes.
So you asked me about the initials, about putting your initials on your temples. I'm about to show you right away. I'm so excited.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's the correct spelling of my name. It's probably the first time because people spell it with a K.
But there's one last thing I would like to show you, Carl.
Is there more?
There's more.
Like
There's
more.
plenty more. We also get to fully customize your case.
I know it looks good on this lovely tablet over here, but how would I know if it actually is going to look good on me?
Let me show you, Carl. I've got something amazing on my digital tool that actually allows you to try on your sunglasses before they arrive.
That is it. The Wastyfarer. Look at this.
Absolutely love them.
And that's it.
That's it, Carl. I'll proceed with the order for you. It will take about 7 to 10 working days for your frame to arrive.
Cool. I don't mind waiting. You cannot put time and perfection. The great thing about waiting is that I get to get something else while I wait.
That's perfect. Let me show you around, Carl.
Lead the way.
There we go.
All right, where are we going first?
So we tried on the Wayfarers already. Let's try something completely different.
Ooh.
Polarized lenses as well.
Oh my word, this is fantastic. I feel like I'm a designer for this.
You've customized one of the new Ray-Ban Innovation Collection. I actually really want to show you before you receive your pair, and I actually want to show you like what the frame does.
Cool.
So when you go outside, this is what your frame would actually look like. So you get, yeah.
I love the Ray-Ban range, and now that it's customizable, I'm loving it even more.
Even more.
This is so good. Thank you so much.
That's awesome.
Are we staying here?
So I'd like to show you the Oakleys.
Oh yes, Oakleys?
The Oakleys.
Oh.
Let's have a look.
All right, Oakleys. These are cool. I love them. You know the Ray-Bans, they were customizable.
Yes.
Are the Oakleys also part of that?
100%. First, I just want you to try these frames on. I'll show you what you're able to do.
Oh, you know what's happening to me? Sorry. Why do I feel like I need to go for a jog?
I absolutely love that.
So
Wow.
Oakley does to me. So I can't stop moving. Okay, great.
There we
These
go.
are so good. And what is it? Is that polarization that makes it so clear?
It has the prism functionality on the lens as well as a polarize on the lenses as well. So you can
Nice.
actually just feel the protection happening right there for your eyes. But I want to show you what's available on the customization on that particular frame and the rest of the Oakley range.
Customizing, same thing. Frames,
Frames, lenses,
initials,
icons,
icons.
initials.
Love. This is fantastic. Oh, wait, hold on. Got one.
Wow. Absolutely love that shot.
Come on. Come on. Just here. You see this oak? Oakley. What an incredible experience customizing my very own sunglasses here at Sunglass Hut. It has been an absolute party, and I hope that you get a chance to do so too at your nearest Sunglass Hut. You've got an entire range that you can create with your own personal shade on your shades.
That was fun. Honestly, I would highly recommend. It was a great journey. And you know what? You have to wait 7 to 10 days for your glass to come through. And hopefully mine will come through as soon as possible, which is fantastic. So there's also a chance for you to...
Well, it's here already.
Thank you, Lucian. Oh, I love you a long time. Sorry, they are here. This is it right here. You know, you saw the customization, right? I would love... Zanele, I'm very excited. I really wish you were here to experience what I've experienced.
Carl, I have one request. Look at me. Don't you think your glasses would look perfect on me? I think you must share. I think you must let me have a chance as well, please.
Well, I've customized the case as well, and I've named it Wasty Fairer. All right.
Why Wasty Sarah?
You know, it's a wayfarer. So that's why I thought, you know, this is fantastic. So let me just tell you, let me do the grand reveal for you. Here are the shades that I made.
Please.
Here they are. Dun, 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 dun. I feel like there should be music attached to it. This is great. Okay, so let me just give you a little idea of what they feel like. Now, I've also customized my name is on the side of them as well. This is so cool. There's Carl.
Nice.
And there we go. I put a music note on there as well. I'm sorry.
Carl, I'm so jealous. You don't understand.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know why you went without me. You know, earlier on you were saying, why didn't they give you a buddy child? Why did you not take us with you to go and get customized glasses as well?
I'm so sorry. But the thing is, when you don't invite me to one thing, then I don't invite anybody to the next thing. And in this case, Sunglass Hut. But I actually am inviting you, okay? Zanele, I know that you have Sunglass Hut branches around you. So go to yours because customize and get it on. But there's always something in it for you on your Feel Good Breakfast Show, and we have the perfect offering. What it is a chance for you to win a Sunglass Hut gift voucher worth, hear this, 4,000 Rand. Customize a pair of your very own shades. Now, reply to the competition post on our social media pages and tell us this. At which retailer can you customize your shades? Use hashtag Sunglass Hut Style. The competition closes at midday on Monday, 19 August, and those T's and C's apply. And remember, you can find them all on expressoshow.com. Get customizing with Sunglass Hut.
Listen, Carl, you've become a completely different person. The Sasha Fierce effect, as soon as you put that on, I don't even know who you are right now. But that's all right. We're in the kitchen and we're joined by Zahira Mati once again because we have to put it to work. You know, she's traveled the world, collected so many stamps in her passport, and she's back again to cook something delicious. You like lasagna?
I like lasagna, but I like cheese more, and I'm seeing a whole lot of cheese.
Yes!
So
this
I'm
is the
in.
perfect recipe for you. We're making lasagna nuggets. It's going to be so good. It's cheesy, it's crispy, and it's absolutely irresistible, right up your alley. Now, these fried lasagna nuggets combine all the flavors you love into a bite-sized treat. So you're going to want to have about 25 of them in one sitting, okay? I'm going to swap places with you, Zahira, because make some room for it.
Let's do it.
And get those arms to work, because we're going to put this together with some lasagna sheets. It's already cooked. I mean, the job is done.
Look, it's easy. There's cheese, there's meat, there's pasta.
And there's cheese.
What more do you need in life?
And more cheese. Okay, you put the ragu. No. I think it's the ricotta down first.
Ricotta.
Yeah. Go in with the ricotta as the base. And then we go in with a nice ragu on top. Everything is prepared, which is great, because if you have these ingredients in your cupboard as is, this could take you just a couple of minutes to make.
Even better.
Yeah. Are you good in the kitchen? You like to stay in the kitchen?
It depends who you ask. If you ask me, I think I'm brilliant.
If I ask your man? That's much.
Look, I've got a limited repertoire, and
Okay.
I stick to
What's your
what I
go-to?
know. A good lamb roast, slow cooked.
So you are a cook.
I can do that. I do lots of meat. South African.
Yes, come on,
We
come
do
on.
meat.
You can take the girl out of South Africa, but you cannot take Mzansi out of her.
Never.
Ever, ever. Well,
All
listen,
right.
as we get into the ragu and then fill it with some cheese on top, let me tell you about the deliciousness of Clover's natural cheese range. Now, it comes in a variety of pack sizes, 400 grams, 550 grams, and 800 grams, catering to all your culinary needs and offerings. It's also a budget-friendly option, which we love in this economy, okay? Now, these pack sizes offer a variety of flavors, as the 400 gram and 800 grams are available in Gouda, cheddar, and tussis, as well as white cheddar, which is absolutely delicious. And the 550 gram is available in cheddar and Gouda. Oh, you're doing good.
No, you can never have enough meat.
No, I think we
life.
even add more.
In
No, I'm
general.
joking. We see room for the cheese. Like, let's just put so much
loads
cheese
of
on
it.
And it's
Loads
like
of it.
oozing
Coming
out
up.
the side.
Coming up next.
What do you love? A cheddar, Gouda, a tussis?
I'm a cheddar fan.
Yeah.
Old
can't go
school,
wrong.
you can't go wrong with it. Goes with everything.
Whether it be on grilled cheese, on something like lasagna. Have you ever made something like
I
this
used to
before?
put it on a plate when I was in school and just put it in the microwave, and you just melt it, and then it comes out all oily and gooey and a
Just
bit
as
crispy
is.
on the side. Oof.
Oh my God. You would just eat cheese as is.
Yeah.
You're my kind of girl. I
mean,
like that.
You can never have enough cheese.
It's like cheese with a side of cheese. Thank you very much. Okay, so with this, we're going to add more cheese because you thought we were done. We're not actually done.
Never done with cheese.
We're going to have some white cheddar with the Gouda.
There we go.
Yummy. And then we roll it up,
I mean,
and
this
it becomes
is serious. This is serious.
I'm going to test your
work
rolling
here,
skills,
right?
though. Yes.
Oh.
Can I ask you what's been the best thing you've tasted while traveling?
Oh my goodness.
I know it's a hard question. I had to do it.
Oh my goodness.
Come on.
I'm a huge Japanese fan, but Italian would come close second. So
I get that.
anything pasta.
Yeah. How do you think the Italians would feel about this?
Look, I have Italian friends, and I'm not too sure they'd approve of us frying pasta as nuggets, but we're in South Africa, so we do what we like.
Exactly. When in Mzansi, we do as we do. Oh my goodness. So I'm going to cut this into about 4 pieces. Let's see. Yeah, I'll invite Carl in. He can taste this as well.
Sharing
Zanele,
is
you know what?
caring.
I'm going to cut a piece for you as well. How do you feel about this?
Please.
Sharing is
Oh,
caring.
my mouth is watering. It is absolutely watering. It looks so delicious. But I want to ask our beautiful guest today, because I feel like, for me, I have like wanderlust in my heart. So I am someone who is living vicariously through you, my beautiful, and I want to know, where have you had the most delicious meal ever?
That is a very, very difficult question. However, in Japan, climbed into a corner, little restaurant, 4 tables, and had the best olive-fed cow beef I've ever had in my life.
Wait, say that
It
again?
melted. The cows were fed olives, which gave it a very smooth texture. That's number 1 for me.
Oh my goodness. Okay, Japan's now on my list. Thank you, my beautiful.
Okay, Zanele, I'm going to prepare one of these for you. I'm still lost on the olive-fed cows like never in my life, but that sounds so good. Vegan cows? Are cows vegan? Maybe they are vegan. I don't know.
Okay. Grass. These are bougie ones.
These are bougie
These
ones.
are bougie olive-eating ones.
Well, we're going to dip that in some flour, an egg wash, as well as breadcrumbs, and then we're frying them. I feel like this is also a bit of an American take on...
Like you're very professional. Like
Am
you're
I?
just whisking through
my
these
gosh.
stages.
If you ask anybody
Look
here,
at
they
you
wouldn't
go.
say that. Usually I'm tripping, falling, spilling, getting so messy in the kitchen. But I think you need to, right?
Yeah,
You get a little
part
bit
of the fun.
dirty. Yeah, thank you. She can stay.
Can
Bring
I
her
cue
back.
the flower in the air for dramatic effect?
You
now?
can.
No?
You
Too early.
absolutely can.
Too early.
No, it's never too early. Okay.
Oh, here we
Let's
go.
get into that. Let's get into... I told you I'm messy. Okay. Let's get into that. I'm trying.
Messy, but you're killing it. I feel like this is just building the appetite here.
Oh, good. Okay, cool. So we are putting some breadcrumbs on here. My fingers are absolutely dirty. They say you have to keep 1 finger for dredging and 1 for the dry, but it's all right. Our oil looks hot enough.
Do you want me to step in?
I do.
We can tag team
Risk
this.
your life because I'm
Let's
not going
go.
to do it.
Have you seen those?
Wait, use the tongs or something.
No,
or the
it's okay.
spoon.
I'm going to go old school,
Okay.
like grandma style.
I'm going to stand over here. Oh, okay. That wasn't too bad.
Have you seen those videos of like your grandma can like basically put her hands in the oil and then us at our age stand like here?
With broomsticks trying to avoid the oil.
Yeah, that's cooking.
That is cooking.
There's
You
no
can
doubt
actually
about
put
it.
2 more in there. As long as
Right.
it's not overcrowded, we should be okay.
We're good. Let's put you in there. And let's take you and put you in there.
Now we're gonna let that, that's pretty
cooking.
dramatic.
That's
We're gonna let
cooking.
that go. And this is the finished product. The magic of TV allows us to do exactly this. Zanele, we are sending yours as we're speaking, but what do you think of our cooking skills on the show today?
Oh, ladies, look, I remember I only cook once a year, so you guys are leading me, okay? I one day want to be like you. Thank you very much. But Zahira, speaking of being like you, I want to go somewhere in December. At the moment, if I'm looking for somewhere that's beautiful but also cost-effective, got great food, got friendly people, where should I be looking to go to?
Oh, that's a tough one. There's so many. Asia's great, always cost effective. Bali's great. If you're willing to put up with the heat of Madagascar, it's off peak because it is quite hot and humid, but you have all the islands to yourself, so I would go with that option.
That's nice. And is it as cost effective as, like, you know, I'd like to believe it is because it's close by?
Say that again, Zanele, we missed that question.
I was distracted by the beautiful
There's
frying.
so much happening in the kitchen, babe. What did you say?
I was asking, is Madagascar as cost effective as I'd like to believe because it's not too far away?
It is, and it's only a 3.5-hour flight from Johannesburg, so you get there really quick and easy.
Whoa.
You go straight onto the islands, no fuss. Got the bikini. You can have the bikini on in flight and just whisk your top off and straight onto the beach you go.
I love
Okay,
that.
guys, I
And
think
if
I'm gonna have
anyone
to clock out
questions,
early.
just say Zahira said so. All right, well, this is something that you need to try.
Oh, I always
And
get the
Carl
bun
needs to try
job.
too. You do.
bun
The bows to our lasagna nuggets. Now, these fried nuggets are the perfect way to kick off your weekend. Head over to expressoshow.com. You can hear the crunch coming through. 10 out of 10?
11.
11 out of 10.
I've
Good
always wanted to do that
job.
TikTok thing, you know, where they're
You gotta
like,
scrape it. You gotta
yeah,
scrape
the crispy.
it. And then you gotta dip it.
Ooh. Here we go.
It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back to Feel Good Breakfast Show, Expresso here on S3, and you can hit it lucky when you play Powerball and Powerball Plus for 54 million rand in total estimated jackpots. That's this Friday.
Buy your tickets in store on the nationallottery.co.za website, or you can head to the mobile app. Cell phone banking is an option for you, or simply dial *120 *7529# for all USSD.
All the details are on the socials, so go check them out right now and Panda Push Up Play as we bring you Explicit as your Friday dance. Move the coffee table.
Yeah.
Yeah. I ain't never looking for no handouts. Broke, never helping with their hands out. Find out where the live that we camp out. Screaming world, never catch me with my pants down. Pick what pimps up, down, oh now, slow down. Jody, lock 'em. Jody, lock 'em. Well, it's time for underground flavor. Hip hop make you change your behavior. Not for your rock and roll hands or your ravers. You don't know now, but you gon' find out. We be rocking the snares and kicks. Freestyle fellowship in the mix. Afterlife mass men in the mix. You don't know now, but you gon' find out. I don't think that I'ma sleep tonight. My name is AC Alone, keep it tight. Them other fools just can't freak the mic, man. You don't know now, but you gon' find out. said you hallelujah. Girl said you hallelujah. Say OV ho. Say OV ho. Beat your out the Bible of God watching. Whack that boom up.
Zanele, they're not like us, man.
No, they're not. You've moved so well,
They're not
Zanele.
like
Well done.
us, honey. Thank you, thank you. I'm actually thinking of going to audition for the dance group that just blew our minds. You know what I mean? I think perhaps, yeah.
Let's do it. Well, thank you so much. Have the most amazing day. Thanks a lot to all of our guests. Have a beautiful weekend. Go Boca, go Drinkers. We'll see you on Monday.
Yeah. I ain't never looking for no handouts. Broke, never helping with their hands out. Find out where the live that we camp out. Screaming world, never catch me with my pants down.
Another feel-good production.
Indulge in Clover's Moy River Pure Salted Butter. Perfect for cooking, baking and spreading. Elevate every dish with Clover Moy River Butter.